We're back, everybody. I don't know what happened. I think it was like my internet taking a shit. I don't know why. Like I'm hardwired, so I don't know what was going on. Catchy, I appreciate the raid. Thank you all so much. Those of you who stuck around, I really appreciate it. That's incredibly embarrassing. So the second stream to our new campaign, and it shits all over itself. But we're back. We're gonna roll into it. The whole point is to have some fun and play some D&D this evening. So that is what we plan to do. Those of you who maybe either stuck around or are gonna eventually come back, thank you all so much. A huge thank you to Steven for the follow. I really appreciate that. And again, eternally grateful for Ketchy for the raid. So really quickly, yes, we're back. We're gonna roll into it. Really quickly to go through the announcements so we can dive into some actual D&D. First off, a huge thank you to the wonderful character artists who provided the beautiful art for all the characters that you see here. Amanda Otten. Make sure to go give her some love over on Twitter and her website, amandarotten.com. Very good stuff. She does amazing work. Go give her some love and tell her we sent you. She may also have some stuff that's like available in terms of open commission slots, so check that out. Let's see here. We're doing a Tome of Heroes Roll20 digital content code somewhere during this stream. So if you are here, if you use Roll20 as your virtual tabletop of choice, we have a free code to give out for Tome of Heroes. It is Kobold Press's latest sort of like character supplement that has a whole bunch of goodies inside. New spells, new races, new character options. Lots of good stuff in there. We'll probably be doing that somewhere at the middle of the stream. Kevin or someone, if you think about it and remember, please remind me and we'll toss that code out and grab us a winner. We use Twitch channel points here. You can check that out using the exclamation mark commands. We also use stream stickers, and there are a lot of ways to keep track of our campaign, whether it's the PCs, whether it's the provision list that we've now switched over to a Google spreadsheet that Amanda's taking care of, which if she's willing to do, she can use whatever format she wants. As well as other stuff like the general mechanics for this campaign. Instead of trying to spend 20 minutes up at the front of the stream trying to explain all of those to you, you're going to see all of them over here on the side and then down below. So just go watch that piece of floating log or wood over there. That's going to give you all the commands that you need to. And also during the stream, if you follow, if you chat, if you raid and I don't respond, please know that I'm just focusing really strongly on running D&D. I have a really terrible memory, and this campaign specifically with the bookkeeping is hard to keep up with. So I really duly appreciate it, but I'm going to be focusing on D&D with my players here. So, but please still do all of those things. So let's see here. Yeah, most people said, fuck all this, we're out of here. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Hey, really quickly, one more time for the Twitch channel points that we use here. You can buy some couple rewards. Check how many points you have down below at the bottom left of the chat. And we are 40,000 raised for the Gleedlekin supply drop. We're closing in on that 50,000 mark. So if you donate your points, we may be able to buy the party some good stuff. So make sure and check that out as well. So with all of that said, we're going to just kind of skip over the character introductions. You can just hit exclamation mark PCS or PCs to learn more about them. I apologize for it cutting in and out, but we're going to just dive right into the game since we've done our spiel and all of that crap. So let's just dive right in. I'm going to play the intro and we'll be right back.
hand, but it wasn't like make or break stuff we had to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yup, some fish.
Nothing that was incredibly imperative.
Nothing inspiration worthy.
Jason should have made us roll survival to not choke on fish bones.
Well, you haven't eaten just yet, so that may still happen. Let's see here. Why don't we all roll some die to see who wants to give the recap from last week?
Ooh.
Nicholas.
That's like an exemption too, right? When you create.
That's how it fucking happens.
No.
There's always room under the bar.
And of course, fucking Luke.
There's still room under the bar. Let's see it.
Wait, what happened?
Roll for a recap, Amanda. You can roll a 2 or a 1.
No.
You can roll a 2 or a 1.
Like 10% chance.
10% chance.
got this.
10%
Oh no. Oh no.
In the tie.
I just
Let me shut
spilled
my
my
door.
Coke everywhere too.
Oh,
Natty
no.
one.
I had a natty one in real life.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you have finished cleaning Coke, Mana, what happened last time on Lucent Odyssey?
Okay, so last time, I helped a guy called Thurnham Fish, and he made us a breakfast.
Testing.
And
You
we
may
tried
not
to
all
eat the
remember.
table because
You must have.
we like tried to eat before the food was out like 5 different times.
Shit.
I do remember that.
And then he told us that we have to go into it's the Forlorn, what's this place called?
The Forlorn Passage.
Passage.
Yeah. We have to go in the Forlorn Passage and find a Muse ambassador whose name is Alana Lu at the Helpers Guild. So we got our little cart and not a horse. It's not a horse. I don't know what it is. Very freaky. And we
An RX.
got it in. Yeah. And we crossed a bridge and some dwarves asked us for money, but we were like, sorry, we're poor. And this one dwarf, Volse, seemed to be the leader. And he was like, okay, y'all, fine. Like, I think we gave him like 5 gold total or something. Does that sound right to y'all?
Yeah.
Um,
Instead of each.
There
Yeah.
were aggressive negotiations.
yeah.
Lincoln was about to make it real aggressive.
And then we got to the Helper's Hand Guild pretty fast, and we found Alana Lu, and she told us that our overall mission is to find these radiant wells and to basically like tap them and release their energy into the atmosphere. So she also told us about golden Gleedokins, which we can collect for special abilities. We got some side quests. I think something in the Stone Garden, something. We need to go to the Gleedokin Temple. We need to find Wilbur. And then we headed off to the
Wilbur.
Stone Garden, and I think we ran into like a pig and something, and we're about to start combat.
Very nice recap. A pig and something.
A pig and something.
Something. Tyne has a hot dog.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
Do we have
A
hot
single
dog?
hot. I have a single hot dog.
Oh, we're gonna get that lost.
Singular hot dog.
Very good recap, Mana. Yeah, last time, finishing off the last hex of your adventure for what is likely the day. All of you shifted over to moving, I'm assuming trying to discover one of these locations that you had heard about, speaking to some of the people at the Helper's Hand Guild, and whilst traveling, trying to make way for one of these locations, you ran into 2 different nasty looking creatures. One of them looks like a albino boarish creature, and the other one looks like a animated or sentient somehow bear trap that is snapping its jaws as the two of these creatures burst forth from the woods to attack everyone. So as we kick things off in this campaign, please, if you will roll me initiative.
I'm gonna try that tip that you guys said.
See, I thought you said the other creature was Link.
Then you press initiative. Bam.
It didn't do it for me.
Oh, it got it. Look at
Yeah,
that.
it always works for me.
You
Yeah.
have your token selected, Luke?
Oh, you have to do. Nobody told me that. You guys just said it worked.
We said it said literally the chat above yours in the Facebook group said you have to cook yourself.
He doesn't read
I don't
that.
remember hearing that.
And
You
I just
guys
said it.
Tell him.
You guys have like 5,000 messages every morning. I gotta
Yeah.
read through. I can't be expected to read them all.
I said it before you read it, though.
I was
That's
gonna say it's literally right above yours.
it's too much.
Oh,
It's too much.
gotta have that on his desk, dude. Like, you gotta tell him.
Send me a fax.
I sent a
Yeah.
pigeon.
No, I mean, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does, Kyle. Everything trivial is worth arguing about.
It's true.
Let me see. I want this stat block, and I want the stat block next to it. That's what I want. All right. Everyone got their initiative punched in?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
very nice. Look at you
Yes,
all.
because all you have to do is select your type token and click in D&D Beyond, and it fills it in for you.
I'm gonna come at you like a fucking you know.
And thank goodness it didn't create copies either, which is extremely helpful. So,
Pine magically ends up with 2 throwing daggers directly in the small of his back.
so with with all of that said, let's see, Forte, you are at the side of the wagon. You see these 2 nasty-looking creatures up ahead of you. Knowledge checks are free. The wagon close by. What would you like to do?
What's
Wait, does Forte or
Time's probably got
Time's
higher
over.
decks.
Who's got
Yeah.
the higher
What's your-
decks?
I'm only a +1. I have a 12.
I got 10, so you go in front.
Oh, okay. So we put Tyne up front. Tyne, we take it all back. Tyne, what would you like to do?
All right. Well, to buy time to figure out what I want to do, I'm gonna roll something on the boar-like creature,
Okay.
considering I live in the cradle or have lived.
Wilbur?
I guess a nature animal handling would it work? Would it?
I think nature
Just-
would be better.
Kind of learn about, like, see what I remember about the creature, which I'm sure I've run into in the past. All right. nature.
Maybe.
Can I do
I
a
would hope.
survival on the bear trap?
Sure.
You know, I'm somewhat of a construct myself.
True.
Would make sense.
Nice.
With your 13 nature, Tyne, you get the sense that this hulking boar is obviously dangerous, but you also notice that as it moves, its body seems to almost fade in and out of existence. Though what exactly that means, you are unsure. Lincoln, with your 17 survival, you get the sense that this is indeed some form of a live construct, maybe not too dissimilar from yourself in some ways, that probably has a endless drive to continue hopping towards prey and continue its endless snapping.
Roll Arcana on the board after learning that it's phasing in and out.
Sure. Is that with advantage? So do it. Which one? Over
No, it's the 12.
With a 12, you get the sense that this creature probably is somewhat magical. You almost get the sense with your Arcana check that this boorish creature is like almost like a magnet for maybe souls that have recently departed. You also get the feeling that it may be because of the almost incorporeal nature and uncanny movements of the board that it may be slightly difficult to hit it sometimes.
I desire its bones.
Yeah, me too. I want to take a piece of this thing.
All right. Tyne is going to draw deeply on his pipe
Mm-hmm.
and
For
cast
6 seconds? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and cast fog cloud.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot sphere that I want like here, I think.
Oh, that's fun. Are you flavoring it like it's the smoke he's blowing out?
Yeah.
I like that.
He's hotboxing the pig.
Yeah.
It just makes obscure, it's to block their view on us until we learn more. But yeah, it's a 20-foot sphere.
Okay. You may want to draw me a shape of that.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa, that
Jason
fucking
getting
rules.
That does look really cool.
That is super cool.
Yeah, draw me a shape and then I'll try and fill it in with that. That way we just at least have an idea.
No. Hold on.
Probably
Let me
not that
move this
smaller
one.
one.
You're drawing a smiley face?
Yeah.
Is
That work?
Yeah, it works for me. Okay. And that's 20 foot there?
I believe so.
Okay,
Close
cool.
enough. It's hard to tell with the grid.
About, yeah, it's about 20.
All
I
right,
think it's
sounds
a little-
good.
Yeah.
Amanda.
Tyne takes a deep rip and lets loose a smoke cloud between all of you and the two creatures behind it. I believe that would, I'm pretty sure that's like a
It's
type
just the
of-
first level spell.
what's gonna like obscure view, right?
Oh yes, it becomes heavily obscured
Okay.
for up to concentration up to an hour. It can be blown away by a wind of moderate or greater speed, 10 miles an hour.
Cool. Okay. So we'll keep the tokens on the map, but you all technically can't see the sentient bear trap or the boar. Anything else, Tyne?
No.
All right. Forte, you're up.
We are, we need to, battle stations or, defensive maneuvers. Please protect the Aurochs and the wagon. Forte is gonna
the
get...
child.
Yeah, and the little warrior too, please. Forte is gonna take the defensive position right there in front of the Aurochs to make sure nothing tries to go after it and kind of calm it.
Yeah, you can see it's like breathing. It seems flustered.
And I will... Would anybody, table talk, would anybody like bless before I just start holding actions and doing my own thing? Or do we not need it right now?
We got it massively outnumbered. If that changes, maybe we'll talk about bless.
Okay, I would like to hold a spellcasting action for something attacking a party member.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
And that is my turn.
All right. You hold on to that action, which means we will shift over to Lincoln.
Lincoln is gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20. Hold on, let's see. Oh, no, need to go one more. 25. And Lincoln's gonna throw 2 daggers at this bear trap thing. There can
Okay.
be only one. And it's me. 16.
16 versus AC will just hit.
It does maximum damage. 14.
Oh,
Piercing
nice.
damage. Oh, it might matter. 4 of that is psychic. From Lincoln's fearful countenance. So I don't know if it's resistant to psychic or anything like that.
I will double
there you go.
check. What was the total damage? 14?
10 piercing, 4 psychic.
Okay. Let me see here. Is that from a magical weapon?
It is not, but
Okay.
the psychic damage is magic.
Gotcha. Yep, makes sense.
And I'm gonna throw a second one. That's 14. I believe that's gonna miss, huh?
14 on the same thing or the boar?
I can't see the board right now, so. It's
Oh, gotcha. 14 will miss.
Dang
I'm
it.
sorry, 13 will miss.
I'm gonna as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike. I don't know why it rolled damage. That's not the right thing. There, come on, do it.
Gotta hit display.
I did. It's not going through. Woo! There we go. Jesus
There it
Christ.
is.
Okay, cool. Lincoln starts floating ominously. He doesn't. I don't provoke opportunity attacks. And I'm gonna move back 5 feet, and I'm done.
Very nice. Opie, you are up.
Okay, so I can see the boar from where I'm from, right?
You should, yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna shout out to everybody. Are we sure this isn't Wilbur?
Oh,
It's a pig, right?
Oh.
we don't know what Wilbur might be. It could be a pig.
All right, I am going.
Maybe go easy on it.
I am going to cast. Speak with animals.
Mm-hmm.
And is there like a? I mean, I can talk to him from here, right?
I don't know why I didn't try to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Hey, is your name Wilbur?
In response to that, you hear the screams of what sound like
The screams
a
of the dead.
multitude of people. Yes. Females, males, the shrieks, the sounds of gritting of teeth, and you hear nothing other than that.
I think if Wilbur was a ghost pinata, they probably would have mentioned that.
This
Guys-
thing seems
Likes
unnatural.
hot dogs, and also it's an undying beast.
Yeah,
It likes hot dogs and the souls of the damned.
I don't think this is Wilbur. Do you like hot dogs?
Just kill it.
Yeah, you continue to hear the screams and shrieks of the dead.
Oh man. Okay, then that is it because I don't have crap for bonus actions except for another spell, which I don't want to use.
Okay, okay.
So I'm just gonna stay right there.
All right, you do that. Professor Bark, you're up.
Professor Bark is proud of you. It is very good that you tested a theory. We found out that it didn't pan out, but my rainforest. Oh.
Ramp up.
Does an 8 hit the boar?
No.
It's a good roll.
Unfortunately not.
Oh yeah, boy. It's always worth trying. Professor Bark says as he activates Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
I didn't
Oh,
realize
that
was
would have
a
been
bonus.
nice to have rolled. But I'm just
Yeah.
casting Shillelagh, that's all that's happening.
We got some shillelaghs.
And with that, I end my turn.
Was that an attack on one of them?
Nope.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
just a
okay.
buff on my magical stick.
Oh, okay. Cool.
We're pressing the wrong buttons,
I'm
Jason.
learning new things about your character.
We are too.
You're learning with me. Discord
Oh.
says a +1 for a random player. Somebody roll a d6 here real quick.
6.
All right.
Five.
1, 2, 3,
Five.
4, 5.
5 it is.
Kevin gets a +1. There we go.
Nice.
Woo, thank you, Discordian.
Next time, Prince,
Jason.
you just let us know. What's up?
I forgot about my swarm. Can I have one do-over?
Yes.
Just this one time. If I forget about it again, that's on me, man. I just gonna have my swarm attack the boar.
Okay, is that like a... Are they like a token that's on the field, or is that
Oh,
just...
wait. No.
You have to attack. They like travel with your arrow.
After I hit a creature with an attack. Okay, never mind. Never mind, I didn't forget about it. Okay.
Jason, did you see you got a +1 also from Prince?
You don't have to bring that to his
Thank you,
attention.
Prince.
You saw? Okay, I wanted to make sure.
Let me
Completed.
see here. Let me see here.
Kevin, the lawful good mod.
This thing moves 5, 10, disappears into the mist.
My God.
Lankin gets a +1 from Mousy.
Yes.
And then let me see here really quickly.
Jimmy gets a +1 from Mousy.
Tyne, I'm pretty sure this is gonna hit. 25 versus AC.
Oh, yeah. I also got a +1 from Mousy. Thank you.
25 versus AC?
Yes.
It's a bear trap. It's really good at what it does.
From
Well, if you got a
inside
+1
heavily
from Mousy.
obscured? Oh,
That is going to be
Well-
12 piercing damage, and I need you to please make me a Dex saving throw.
Dex.
Fun fact,
What is-
it's just a normal roll because you can't see him, but he can see you. So it's
Oh
a
my-
neutral. Fog Cloud does nothing versus melee. It only
Oh.
blocks ranged.
Ah.
But that's because the rules in 5th edition are poorly written. You fucking hear that, wizards? Fix your
Call
shit.
you out.
As soon as he said fog cloud, I just thought of you saying. Oh, it's good coverage, man.
Shooting out from the smoke cloud is this animated, or at least what you assume to be the animated bear trap, as your arm is gripped by this sharp, stinging steel pain that dives into it. The heaviness of the thing pulls you down to the ground as you fall prone, and it attempts to try to continue attacking you.
My God.
Wait a minute.
Holy
How is
cow,
it attacking me? I'm all the way back here.
It's
And
not
if it's in
attacking you,
the-
it's attacking Forte.
Oh, my
Oh, hold on. Attacking me.
Time.
You
Yeah.
said time.
Oh, my
Yeah, you
bad,
said
my
time,
bad.
yeah.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Forte. I'm learning everyone's character. Sorry.
All these
So now
handsome
Forte
bearded
needs
men.
to roll a dexterity
Yes,
save, not
I
me.
I
So
apologize. I
is 25
apologize.
versus AC?
25 versus AC.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Okay, and then let's just
Can I
do
roll
the
a
dex
dex?
save.
Oh, worse.
Okay, so let's just
Not-
keep going. Everything still happened just to you, Forte.
I'm like, wait a second, I'm really
What
far
was-
away from that smoke.
What
Yeah,
was that
sorry.
damage?
The initial damage was 12 piercing damage.
Yikes.
Does an 18 hit your AC?
No.
Ooh, big dwarf.
You hear more snaps coming from the cloud ahead. But even though you've been dragged down to the ground prone, you sort of kick your feet back quickly, pushing away from the smoke cloud, seeing almost the silhouette of the creature inside snapping, hearing the closing or the bone-breaking sound of the steel jaws of the thing snapping just a few feet away from you as you pull away, dodging the rest of its attacks.
Brock, Opie, Forte, and Jason all got a +1 from Mousy.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
I used
Maui.
one of my +1s. Uncle Jimmy, you're up next.
He got another
All
one.
right. Jimmy's going to reach down to his little golden claw in his hand and kiss it and mutter a couple of words at it, and then use a bonus action to dash. 'Cause I'm a rogue and we do those things.
Rogue.
Jason, if I'm there on my ping mark, would I be out of line of sight? Could I make a hide or a stealth check behind that bush?
I'd allow you to do that, yes.
Alright, I'm going to move up there. That's 55 feet of my 60. My action is bonus action to dash. My action is to hide.
Ooh.
Uncle Jimmy.
He just aggressively ran away from us.
Yeah, just like almost launches off the front seat of the wagon and just does like a tactical roll behind the log, thrusting himself into the bushes to hide with a 17 stealth check. You feel pretty stealthy there.
I'd like to note that while I'm running, my arms are drugged back a little bit like Sasquatch walking through the woods.
Love it, dude.
That's it. I'm just gonna hide there. I'm gonna keep an eye on the boar.
Okay, well, you watch as the boar here begins to shift and decides to, let me see how far it can move. It looks ahead and sees a couple people just in the distance and immediately just charges forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then turns here, 35, right towards Forte, just because he is the closest.
It's what I'm here for.
It's going to make a attack as it throws its tusks your way, Tyne, for 15 versus AC.
15
Forte.
misses.
Forte.
Okay.
The other bearded guy.
Oops, all beard campaign already not working out.
Yeah, there's too many beards. 15 versus AC, is that miss?
Miss.
Okay. You all watched as the boar moved. Its body almost became temporarily incorporeal for a moment as it ran over.
May I take my held action?
Yes, it throws its tusks your way but misses, Forte, and your held action goes off.
Sacred Flame, DC 13 dex, please, from the board.
All right. Passes.
Okay. That's it.
All right. It is the Aurochs' turn. The Aurochs makes a loud kind of mooing yell as there is a very nasty creature close to it. So it is going to attempt to gore the boar.
Nice.
Or the
And
boar.
nearly critically misses. Probably maybe some wisps of the smoke ahead kind of catch in its face. It tries to sort of like buck a little bit, still held to the wagon, but using its gnarled, encircled horns to kind of just try and throw them at the boar. But maybe some of them actually shift through the incorporeal nature of the boar and it misses. Which means we roll back up to the top. Tyne, you are up.
Forte, did you take damage?
Yes, I did. I took 12. I'm still over half, so I'm super beef.
Strong boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Big meaty dwarf.
Big meaty claws.
As a bonus action, Tyne activates Shillelagh. Moves 5, 10, and attacks. So let's see.
Slap it.
So is it my quarterstaff plus the D8 plus 4, or is it just that's the new damn D8 plus 4?
If you're asking me, you're
What's your
asking the
wisdom
wrong
bonus?
person.
Yeah, you add
What's your-
spellcaster ability instead of your strength rating for your weapon.
Yeah, what's your wisdom bonus?
I have a plus 4.
Plus
Yes.
4.
Yeah. I have an 18.
So then it's a plus 6 to hit,
Yes.
plus your proficiency.
12.
Yeah. That.
You swing wide, attempting to hit the boar in front of you. Unfortunately, that misses. Still somewhat incorporeal, translucent nature, you feel your shillelagh actually shift through the form of the boar.
Shoot. Tyne actually will attempt to step back. I know that might incur opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. This boar wants to tusk you. It throws its tusks your way for unnatural 20 versus AC.
Yeah.
It catches you in the side, Tyne, kind of piercing through your like furs and stuff like that into the side of your body for 10 points of slashing damage as you kind of quickly pull away, feeling some blood at your side.
Ooh.
Hey,
Oh. I'm done.
All right,
careful,
Forte.
but
Gonna try another Sacred Flame on this guy. Dex save of 13, please.
Tactically rolling around on the ground.
Yeah.
You said 13 was the DC?
13 Dex.
Just makes it.
Okay.
Oh.
I will
Hate to see it.
use my movement to stand up.
Okay, kind of throw
Unless I'm
yourself up off
restrained
the
of some
ground. Nope, nope.
for what it's worth, it's half of your movement.
I only have 25, so.
Oh, dwarves. Cute.
Yeah, dwarf.
Oh.
Mm.
I'm done. Thank you.
All right. Lankin.
Lincoln's gonna throw some daggers. I'm gonna start with Mr. Boreman over here.
Sounds good to me.
You just wind up, and Lincoln really wants them tusks. It's gonna be a unnatural 20 to hit.
That'll totally hit.
I'm going to make him my favored foe because, again, I really want those tusks. For an additional 4 damage. Whoa, man, these damage rolls.
These
What-
rolls.
D4s, baby.
It's damage, though.
That's going to be 18. 10 non-magical, 4 psychic, and 4 more psychic.
Your dagger kind of catches in the side of the neck of the boar, this time corporeal enough to meet its mark as you see kind of blood gush out, striking it hard.
Nice. And I'm going to activate the secondary once per spell effect of Zephyr Strike to give my next attack advantage. And I will attack the bear trap in here and to cancel out the disadvantage. I'm using my advantage thing.
You can just barely see the outline of the silhouette as you toss your dagger.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god.
Yo.
Look at all those twos you're
Y'all.
rolling.
Lankin's an MVP, dude.
You
Oh my
started. Are you a Roll20 ambassador too, Luke? What's going on here?
You know what? I just might be.
Take your little good
that's
boy
gonna-
card there.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Draw 1 card. Sweet. So that's gonna be 7 magical damage and 10 regular piercing damage.
Okay. Pretty
And-
solid stuff there.
And you all see like wind swirl around Lincoln because there's a secondary effect that makes me really fast this turn. But I don't really need to move anywhere. So I'm gonna move in place back and forth for the full 60 feet of movement. And then I'll end my turn.
He's got to go
Just be
fast.
creepy.
Yeah. He's like Silent Hill bobbles his head for like 3 seconds and then ends his turn.
God.
his
I'm
mouth
going to see
hanging
Lankin
open.
on my nightmares. Opie, you're up next.
Little awesome.
Let's just keep it simple. Opie is gonna go for a longbow to the boar. That's an 18 to hit,
18 will hit.
and that is gonna be 12 piercing.
All right. You fire off an
And-
arrow. It finds its mark, stabbing into the sort of like back spine area of the boar as it kind of throws its head back with a screech.
And then as the arrow's flying, there's like a swarm of fireflies. There seems to be more than you've ever seen, kind of just following the arrow. And it's gonna surround the boar and do 1d6 damage. So that's 2.
Fireflies bite into the boar. Pretty terrifying to watch. Very nice. Anything else, Opie?
No, that's it.
Very good. Your arrow met its mark. Professor Bark, you're up next.
Is going to toss a couple of vials of acid towards one towards each, the boar and the bear trap.
Okay, bear trap's still
They
in the
have to make
clouds,
a-
so hard to see.
Yeah, they have to make a DC 12
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
dexterity save. That's each of them. Or take 3 acid damage.
How does D&D work with something that you can't see to make a save on? And that can still target?
It's
So-
area.
Whatever you want to call it, yes.
So it's heavily obscured. We can still see it unless it's hidden.
Okay.
It's not. There's no obstruction between us and the thing. It gives ranged attacks disadvantage, but if it's a save, it doesn't matter.
Okay, gotcha. So
Yeah.
as I'm flavorfully describing it, that is pretty much how it actually is. You can kind of see the silhouette of the creature in there. If we were to think about that mechanically.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. Okay.
Wait, is that right? I'll look it up.
It's kind of like hard to
always
wrap the
forget how
mind
Fog
around.
Cloud works.
We'll roll with it for now, but yeah, we can look it up.
Just
The
a first level spell at the end of the day.
the ghost spore fails, and then what'd you say the DC was? 12?
12.
The trap is going to save, but the
Oh.
spore fails.
Oh, so it
Dexterous steel trap.
didn't matter anyway.
I roll, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just think it's funny to imagine a bear trap just dancing.
Yeah.
Poison ball.
Yeah, this thing's been doing nothing but just like bouncing up and down, snapping back and forth.
And then with
Is that half for a save?
run no, it's Stucker
Okay,
save.
okay.
3 or
Gotcha.
1,
Cantrip.
2, 3.
Kind of haul ass behind the cart.
Yeah, and I shouted out, be probably too late. Find some cover. And then let me double check. New character bonus actions. What I got? Shillelagh, hidden step. Oh, I can hide. Get advantage on the next one. We'll save that for later. That will be it for me.
All right. Somewhat obscured, but not fully unseeable in the smoke.
No, I was wrong, Jason. It does block sight completely. Heavily obscured. does.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, now we know.
So it's not useless. Awesome.
Well, it does what I originally said. Is it prevents ranged attacks from mattering, but only spells. You can do weapon attacks, but
Still get the disadvantage.
yeah.
Okay. Let me see here. Does a unnatural 20 hit AC Forte?
Yes.
You feel the chomp coming from the cloud nearby as
No.
into your leg, this bear trap bites down hard for a total of 16 piercing damage, and I need a dexterity saving throw.
I am bloodied. Dex save, go.
Oh,
Oh no.
Ooh.
You are dragged to the ground, Forte, as the trap continues to bite. This is going to hit 22 versus AC. One of these is going to miss, the other will hit. Meaning you're going to take a total of, hang on just a second here. The first damage, because this may depend here. The first damage here is 15 piercing damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
As it bites into your side, Forte, you just can't rend yourself free from its jaws. You can't really see it in the smoke cloud. You feel the blood loss pouring from your body as your vision goes blurry and you drop. The second attack here is going to bite into Forte. I guess the damage not incredibly important other than the fact that Forte takes a failed death saving throw.
Hey, first combat of the campaign.
yeah.
It is done. Everyone sees Forte just, it's his body just being cut into through the sharp teeth of whatever this trap thing is that is animated. Uncle Jim, you're up.
Okay. Kind of changes things.
Tynar, you can drop that fog.
I can-
That big.
Okay.
I don't think it's helping us anymore.
Yeah, this fog cloud is fucking yellow.
Alright, I'm going to,
I can heal Forte if you want to do something else. I don't know if you were planning on healing him, but
I cannot. I'm going to try and draw the boar away.
Okay.
See if I can hit it hard enough.
I will
I'm
heal.
going to run up to here.
Mm-hmm.
Use my creepy long bugbear arms to take a stab at it.
Sure. Stab away, my friend.
Well, that sucks. Nah, he's not in combat with anybody. Crap. I'm going to take a bonus action and use my hand crossbow. Take a shot at him.
All right, you swing with your blade using your creepy long arms, but miss on the first attack, quickly switching over to your bow. Firing
17
off, is this towards the boar, right?
Yes.
That hits.
Did he know I was there for stealth purposes for a sneak attack?
You got it because you got a friendly opposite.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you got an adjacent ally.
Attack
So.
still works.
If the aura counts, because he is Forte's down, does that still count?
All right.
Got it.
Or counts.
Yeah, we'll say it does.
It's fine.
He made an attack against the board. He's a friendly
He,
ally.
he is an attacking that would count.
Wait.
Oh, your
Fantastic.
sneak attack was already factored
Oh,
in there.
never mind. I didn't know it was. So 11 piercing damage with my hand crossbow.
Nice, nice. You
Just gonna
fire
go with
right into the sort of like back underside in a critical spot against this boar as it shrieks, and you see blood pour out from underneath it.
We're gonna kind of just growl at it and say, "Hey, ugly, come here." And that's it. In my turn.
All right. The ghost boar is going to attempt to attack the Auric.
Oh, it better fucking not.
I'm going to use one of my inspiration card on it then.
Okay, what's that do?
I'm gonna sabotage it and give disadvantage to its
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
With that disadvantage, it throws a tusk attempting to catch the Aurochs, but the Aurochs sort of like counters with its own gnarled horns and kind of throws the tusk away.
Nice. Good
And-
use of a card.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the Auric's turn. The Auric is going to similarly repay the boar by trying to attempt to thrust with its horns. Oh, poor little Aurics cannot roll an attack. Unfortunately misses between the clash between the two of them. We roll back at the top. Tyne, you're up.
Smoke
Alright.
made him paranoid.
Yes, yeah.
Would you say, Jason, would I be able to like move through like the stirrups here easily? To get to
Yes.
the other side?
As long as you're not trying to like crawl over the wagon itself.
No, okay. Yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, we know what's in that pipe, Discordian.
So first, I will, because apparently it is a bonus action. I didn't realize, so that's awesome. I will cast Healing Spirit.
Ooh, good one.
A little fox will be like right here, as long
Like a
as foot.
smoke animal.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Yeah. That's thank you. So I pull on the pipe and I make a little smoked fox that has a little healing from the smell. It has a 1d. It restores 1d6 for up to a minute to
Like good
any
shit.
creature in that area. So I can
Fox
heal a
says,
number of times
"Hey,
equal
brothers, want to toke up?"
equal to +1 of your spellcasting modifier, maximum of twice. Okay. Minimum of twice. What's my spellcasting modifier?
+4.
So 5 times. Cool. So it'll definitely do 1 right now. So and that was a 4 healing.
Nice.
Forte. And for myself, actually. So that's nice.
So I go from 0 to 4, or I go...
Oop,
Yes.
Shady Link.
Sweet.
Yeah, look at that. Wing.
Shady Link.
I'm clicking.
Oh, look at that.
And so since that was a bonus action, I will then attack with my shillelagh.
Sure.
Or my quarterstaff with shillelagh. Oh yes, 19 hits.
19 will hit.
Excellent. Let's see it.
Then click that purple E.
6.
Magic.
And then, just because I don't like how it's treating Forte, I will cast from a spark in my pipe. Come on. Ugh. Trying to use my inspiration.
Sounds like you're trying to use a lighter.
Right. Immediately deal 2d6 cold damage. So it's actually smoke, I guess. I'm again just
Sure.
2d6 cold damage to it.
Nice.
Menthol.
9 damage.
Very
Cold.
nice. It
On the
reels
bear
back
trap.
from the damage.
That's it.
Okay, very nice. Forte, I need a death saving throw, please.
No, he's up.
It's,
Oh, you're up? You're up. Okay, cool.
I'd be up with 4 HP from the
Healed
fall.
him for 4.
Your vision returns to you despite feeling the wincing pain at your sides from the multiple bites from this nasty thing here. You are up.
Reminds me of the forge. First things first. 1d12 lightning to the bear trap, please.
Oh, nice. Okay.
9.
Oh, strong. Forte quickly pulling himself up. Dealing a little bit of maybe pulling out a smith's hammer and striking it or something flavorfully.
And then I'm going to second level cast a healing word on myself so I'm not about to die again.
Probably a smart idea.
For 7.
7.
What a great heal. And that is what I can do.
All right.
Trying to hold the line here.
Lincoln, you're up.
Lincoln's gonna throw 2 daggers on the boar. Well, that's a critical failure.
Feast of famine.
Yeah, apparently. I had to shit talk wizards now. What happens, Jason? How we doing critical fails this juncture?
You'll hate me.
Oh,
Make a dexterity
prepared.
saving throw, Forte.
No! Don't make me kill Forte.
Oh, okay.
You son of a
It's a
bitch.
6.
No!
Your dagger goes a little in the direction you do not want it to go, striking Forte. He will take that damage.
You take 13, Forte.
I'm down again.
Oh my god!
A dagger sinks into your side, Forte, just as you'd pulled yourself up, and you collapse again on the ground unconscious.
God.
No.
Lincoln, what did you do?
Bad meat.
What's the worst that could happen? I throw my second dagger at the door again.
Has to go
I
somewhere.
mean, what?
Whoa, yo.
Feast of famine.
So since this is a crit, I get 3d4. So that's 20 damage to the boar with 1 dagger.
What does
Feast
it look
or
like
famine.
when you strike the boar down?
Lincoln's little like teal bead eyes glow a smoky red as he realizes he has accidentally felled one of his friends, and he throws a dagger right in the pig's snout, where he will retrieve it later.
In the snout, the boar reels up And you can hear just for a second these shrieks of people from somewhere within before it collapses on the ground, its form becoming fully corporeal.
Beautiful music.
He's done. Oh, I guess I move. Boop. Done.
All right. Opie, you up.
Can't shoot through people, right?
You can,
I
just
am.
don't critically miss.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, well, then Opie is gonna take a little jaunt over here, and then
We all just hit fucking Forte and kill him.
He's here for.
No.
and he's gonna try to hit the bear trap with his longbow.
Okay.
21 to
Ooh.
hit,
That's gonna hit.
and that is 8 piercing.
Very nice.
Do your swarm.
And then once again, the swarm is going to come after him. And instead of doing damage, it's going to try to move him, move the thing away. So it has to succeed on a strength DC 12.
Okay.
or
Okay.
moves.
It fails.
Cool. So it moves 15 feet.
Not the bees.
Let's put it like right here.
This is like forced movement?
Yeah.
5, 10 right here.
Yeah. That's 15, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And that's it.
All right. It is dragged away from most of the party here. Professor Bark, you're up.
Oh boy, the party's moved on without me yet again.
Some more literally than others.
I can always cool down the party, though, with a ray of frost. Bah. 14 to hit. God damn it.
14
Meals.
is going to... It hits, but doesn't pierce in an area that seems to do damage to the contraption. So that technically misses.
Okay. Gotcha.
Flavorfully.
And then, I guess, is Forte still down?
Yep.
Yep.
I will shout some nice words at him. Be good, feel good, do good, on all that stuff. Stand up with 5 HP, my friend.
Maybe it's good we all have so much healing ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't hurt.
Spread the love. And that will be it.
All right. With that, it is the hunting trap's turn. I'm gonna roll a 1d3.
I know what this is for.
All
Oh, I
right.
was hoping it was 2.
Bring it, man.
It bounds over here and attempts to bite at you, Tyne.
Okay.
For 22 versus AC.
This is a good bear trap. We should
Well
keep
made.
this. Yeah.
It bites into you for 20 piercing damage, dragging you to the ground and prone as it attempts to bite you several more times.
Oh my god.
First one's going to be a near critical miss. The second one is 14 versus AC.
14 hits.
All right. It chomps into you for 8 additional piercing damage before the final attack, which is 20 plus.
Down.
Ooh.
You watch, everyone watches as Tyne is bitten into. Tyne, you feel your flesh being rended by the snapping, cold steel jaws of this sentient bear trap as you're pulled to the ground, and it bites into him viciously one more time, tearing away flesh for one failed death saving throw. It is done. Uncle Jimmy, you're up.
Jesus. I'm gonna move behind. Take a stab at it. I don't have anything magical.
You don't need magic. Just deal so much damage to it.
24 hit.
24 is going to hit.
It's 11 damage.
Nice, nice.
Piercing.
Very good.
I think I'll just hold there.
Okay.
And that's it.
Bark, you get a +1. Let's see. With that, it is the Arc's turn. Arc is going to hold its ground. Doesn't really want to move because everyone's in front of it. We roll back up to the top time. I need a death saving throw, my friend.
Let's do it. 19.
Nice.
That is one successful saving throw.
Love to see it.
Do you still have your fox
Oh yeah.
knocked down or no?
Oh
No,
no, it's concentration.
Just surely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't worry about Tyne. I will save him. Break the bear trap.
Bark says that as Forte, your eyes are clouded and red, but you are alive.
Swing my warhammer with a +1. That's a 9.
Unfortunately, that does not pierce the hardened steel of the creature enough to deal damage.
That's my turn.
All right, Lankin.
Lankin is, stop me if you've heard this one before, going to throw some daggers. You're used to hearing this a lot, folks. Unfortunately, I don't think I can move favored foe. Let me just read this real quick. No, I cannot. Good to know. Dagger. 11's a miss. Another dagger. I mean, guys, what is happening?
50% crit rate.
What is this?
He's a mobile character. I love him.
mean, oh my god! What is this? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Cool. That's gonna be 8 psychic and 12 non-magical piercing.
What does it look like when Lincoln destroys
GG.
trap?
He just hits it square in the pad part in the middle that triggers the trap, and it snaps into a million pieces.
One final snap, although this time thrown out of the position from everyone's attacks. As the jaws clamp down, they pierce into one another, pieces of metal flying everywhere as the trap itself, through its energetic nature and all the damage you've done, basically kind of bursts itself in two as pieces fly everywhere.
Professor Bark wrenches Tyne's head up, not very kindly, and just starts pouring this elixir. And there you go. Down into the tummy. It'll make you feel better. You regained 6 XP. It's something I made up in my free time last night. It'll make you feel better.
Well, that could have gone better, guys, don't you think?
Lincoln grabs Forte's scalp and says,
Hold still.
and just uncharitably yanks the dagger out of his side.
Thank you.
Good meat.
And then he just turns to the boar, and Lincoln just starts fucking going ape shit on the
Whoa,
boar.
whoa, whoa,
just
whoa. You want some bones, buddy?
Yes.
Let me handle that. I gotta cut a little piece off of here. I'll get you some bones, okay?
And,
All you want.
Opie wants to see if this thing is edible.
We all just
Oh,
begin
no.
viciously devouring this thing.
Give me a nature
Well, I
check.
mean, nature or survival?
I'll take both.
Ay, ay,
Or
ay, ay,
medicine. I'll take any one of those.
Ooh.
Pretty strong survival check.
19. Yeah.
Probably pretty damn gamey, Opie, although you may be more acquainted with that. But
I
edible.
mean, but like the souls of the damned, like that's not going to be a problem.
Uh,
I'm gonna be
you,
able to eat its stuff.
you think you think now that the creature's life has been slain, it is probably safe to eat.
Well, since we killed it, don't you think we should butcher it properly and save it in the cart?
I want its skeleton.
I mean,
Well, after we get the meat, you can have the whole skeleton, Lincoln.
Good. Meat is weakness.
yeah, meat is weakness. If you want, I'll start cutting it up. I gotta kind of do this kind of thing. He's just gonna reach down to like a leather sheath on his side and pull out just an obscenely large, long machete.
Hell yeah.
Do not damage the tusks.
No, they're all yours, buddy. I'm gonna take one of these hooves right here. So I'm pull its leg out, and whatever kind of check you want, I'm just gonna take a big old swing and take off one of its hooves and part of its ankle.
We
What
have
does
rule.
the Orok think about us fucking butchering this animal alive 5 feet
Oh,
away from?
it's like it's actually more despite the kind of gross nature of chopping this thing up. Like the Oryx is actually more calm now that the
Does not
combat is
care.
over. Yeah.
While this is happening, Opie still has his speak with animals up, so he actually goes up to the Auric and says, "Hey, I'm Opie. What's your name?"
Huh?
You got a name?
No.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, we gotta get you a name. I don't know. What about?
It sniffs your way and says, "Opie,
Yeah, I'm Opie.
Opie."
Are you okay? Do you like pulling this cart?
Sure.
Okay, well that's good. We're gonna call you Russo.
Russo.
Yes.
You've guaranteed that it dies now. You've
I
given
know.
it.
I know. For
Hey,
sure.
why don't you ask it if it's hungry? I'll make it up a little bacon or something, you know?
If you plan to fully gather as much meat as you can from this Uncle Jimmy, that will be a 2-hour process, and I would ask for a strength athletics check, please.
Ugh, that is something
Net-
he is.
Now I have can I help him at all with that? I'm not trained in athletics, but I've definitely dismembered an animal or two in my time.
So here's the thing: if it wasn't as large as it is, it would more than likely be a sleight of hand check. However, because of the large nature of this, going off of the mechanics I have for this gathering ingredients, it is an athletics check. So if you're trained in it, you could help.
Fair enough. I am not.
Nope.
I didn't think. No, I'm not either. I'm just gonna cut its hoof off and start hacking at it. Then, if anybody else wants to, I could assist them. Or, I mean,
I was gonna say you don't
Can
have
I-
to.
What is the roll you have to make?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Check, and
Ooh.
depending on your
+2,
result,
that's
that
it.
will be how much within the 2 hours that you harvest. Because this is a big. Now that
Okay.
you are out of combat, you realize like this thing's big.
Can I help him just butcher it just so it goes faster? Like
I'd
I'm not trying to like get more meat per se. I'm just trying to like make it go faster.
I'd say no, just to keep the mechanics simplified.
gotcha. Could I take a sleight of hand, sleight of hand, like take its hand off real quick?
I mean, yeah, we can say if you don't want to fully butcher the thing, then you can just chop a hoof off. Lincoln, you can saw off a tusk or something.
I just want the tusks. I'll do a roll if you want, but
No,
that's what
no.
he's
Do you
interested
have
in.
like something to actually get the the tusks off? Do you have like a saw or something?
I sure do. I've got leatherworkers' tools, weavers' tools, and woodcarvers'
Okay.
tools.
Yeah, you're able to, like, we'll say without losing significant time and actually putting it on the clock, that you're able to grab those simple things from this creature. It's only when you really want to, like, let's gather as much meat off this as possible that we'll do that roll.
And I'm just gonna grab its hoof and then just take a big old swing and chop it off, and take the hoof and the little part of the leg and put it in my open up my suitcase, throw it in there, close it, and then take some of the blood and smear it across my the hand on my chain.
Sure.
And then just kind of like take a moment to myself and start muttering a few words.
Sure.
Walk back to the cart.
Gosh, 2 hours is a long time. I don't think it takes that long to butcher an animal if you know what you're doing, Jason.
It's a really big. It's
A large animal?
Yeah.
That's true. Can
Like,
I
if
see?
it was
Can we like cut it down, like,
Well,
and cut it in half?
to that end, we have to camp soon, right? So can we just camp here and make that one of our nightly things?
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Or
This
do I
is
remember?
this is the last of your hex movements for the day, without continuing to push yourselves into exhaustion. If you want to do
Okay.
Oh,
try and
okay.
stay
I'm with-
here.
I'm with Opie. I think we cut it up and get some meat.
Let's rest here anyway. Yeah.
So
Well, I only have +1 athletics. Does anybody else wanna
No.
I think
take a swing at this?
I got
I
a
think
big old
Nick-
0.
Nick had a +2, I think.
Well, I'll go ahead and do it then.
Just try it.
Oh!
See?
Yo.
Crit.
Yo. That-
Holy
Love the shit.
that
Oh,
crit.
This is a little bigger than I usually do, but
Holy shit.
The child excels at slaughter.
Well,
You've
Katsu
used
will make
every
that
part.
Are you ever looking for a business opportunity? I got a couple guys who could use you if you know what I mean. They could help you further your craft for just a little money, a little adventure. You know.
what kind of business?
You'll have to take that up with my my union rep.
What's a union?
It's, That's, I'm gonna get back to the camp. I'll tell you more about it later.
Okay.
2 hours pass as Opie kind of just cuts into this thing and is able to gather, let me see here, on large, 20 pounds of meat.
Nice. For purposes of record keeping, what is the name of this thing?
This is a ghost boar.
Okay, that makes sense.
Jason. Oh, go ahead, Slim.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, do we know that in character, or is that?
I mean, technically, no. You could probably infer that. Like, it's probably not out of the realm to be like, this thing was kind of like a ghost boar.
Yeah, we probably would have called it exactly that had we
Yeah.
not known its name.
So, Jason, I'm gonna put this in the wagon. Here's the question: does it matter what type of meat it is, or should I just
No,
put all
it's
meat
all
in one
uniform
pile?
meat. Yes,
Just
it's all
okay,
uniform
just-
meat. Yeah. What's up?
So, you can finish that thought, but it's 10:30.
Oh yeah, we'll do that in a second. Also, I don't know if I told everyone here, but the magic of the radiant energies of the passage makes it so that no meat expires here. We're not
Good,
dealing
nice.
with meat expiring.
Good hand wave.
All right. And then yes, hey, someone in the chat, I told you there's going to be a giveaway. Do you want a Roll20 digital code for the content for Kobold Press's Tome of Beasts? Discordian is on it. They say, I do. Discordian, you are the first to yell. You are the first to win. Congratulations. Well, technically second, but that was last week. You're the first to win tonight. Congratulations, Discordian. Make sure and send me a Twitch little whisper or DM just so that I remember after the stream so I can shoot the code your way. Everyone else, of course, thank you for stopping by here in the stream. Let's do a quick little BRB so I can take a potty break, and then everyone can grab a drink or something if you want to, and then we'll come back and we'll figure out how the sleeping stuff works. So yeah, thank you so much. If you wanted to get one of those codes, if some of you out there, maybe some of my new viewers, if you want one of those cool codes for Roll20, I have one more to give away, so stop by in next week and we'll do that too. So let's take a quick little break. I'm going to hit the restroom really quickly. I was hydrating a lot before the stream, and we'll be right back. So quick little 3-4 minute break.
Hydration important.
Hydration, very important.
Be right back.
All right, let's get back into it. Thank you for waiting, everyone. I'm gonna take a
I can
pee
do
break.
it.
So, are we
go.
making camp here, guys?
Lincoln says nothing.
Yes. It's as good a place as any. We know that it's safe, at least for the time being.
All right. Opie's gonna start setting up his tent then.
As you do that, Opie, all of you hear a voice coming from inside the wagon. As you peer inside, you see, of course, the normal provisions you're provided up front, the barrels of water, now the stacks of hand-wrapped meat that Opie has gathered. You also see what was installed in your wagon from the Helper's Hand Guild, this harmonic emitter. It looks sort of like a tower-like arcane device that is a mixture of blacks and dark greens that kind of spirals up about 3 or 4 feet before ending in what looks like, it kind of looks like almost like a lighthouse with a rounded flat bottom and intricate sort of like details and decorum along it. You hear a voice coming from within that emits out of it saying, "Hello everyone, this is Alana Lu. I'm able to use the rhythm of the muse to speak with you all, though I can only leave with you messages. There cannot be talk between us. This trek is truly going to be up to you to survive. I sensed you all survived your first experience in the wilds. Protect yourselves and be wary for anything. Use your wits. Prove to me that you can survive against all odds. I will continue to deliver information when I can. We'll be speaking to you soon." and then it ends.
Okay. Well, that was kind of weird.
Lincoln looks to you guys and says,
Who is Alana Lu?
She's that woman back in the guild house. You don't remember?
Lincoln just blank stares at you.
She, no, she's kind of like our contact. We're doing, helping her with some work and stuff. We're supposed to go, and do stuff for, business.
Lincoln understands.
Yeah, good job, Link. Hey, good job out there. You, good job on the daggers and the bones and the eviscerating. You're really good at that.
Oh yeah, I collect all my daggers. Forgot to mention that.
Oh yeah, I think I made.
Yeah, we saw you.
How many shots with my bow? 2 or 3? 2 or 3.
I think it was 3. Or no, you didn't attack the first round.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, just 2.
So technically by D&D rules, I think I only get half of those back.
You get one
Are
of
you
them back.
following those?
Yep.
Okay.
You find the other one, but it's like snapped in half as it kind of hit its target.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna go through this every time we camp necessarily, but set up the tent, get a fire going. Like, is there
Okay.
anything you need us to do for that?
Tent can
Or-
hold 2 people in it.
Yeah.
I'd say
Enough of my think.
you
Yeah,
can.
3 of them.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone sets up a tent so all of you can get inside. A little more
No.
comfortable than sleeping on grass and dirt. Mark off
How much-
1 pound of wood that you can pull out to start your fire.
Okay. How much time does it take to set up camp?
It is 8
Roughly.
hours within a 24-hour day that you can travel without pushing yourselves to exhaustion. So the thing I marked in chat was you have 14 hours left over to rest and recuperate before you can keep going.
Okay.
Oh, Lincoln's not in a tent. He's standing
Yes,
ominously
yeah.
stuck still.
Oh, is that what's gonna happen?
Tyne has extra hides that he puts on the ground, but he also doesn't sleep in a tent. It's weird.
We just
Okay.
have it extra.
All right.
Opie's going to start cooking the ghost boar meat over the fire for everybody, including Lincoln. He doesn't know that Lincoln doesn't eat.
Oh, I'm
Tyne-
gonna take it. I'm gonna take Lincoln's portion back to me. He's gonna eat it when we bunk up later.
This is incorrect. I do not require sustenance.
He told me that was he was embarrassed about it. That's what he wanted me to. Just,
Do you get
I'm a
gas
big
or
man.
something,
I
Mr.
could eat
Lincoln?
yours.
Sometimes I get gas after I eat.
Oh.
Oh no.
He was very offended.
he left.
He was super offended.
It's fucking clownfish again is occasionally just mutes Discord and I have to disconnect and reconnect.
Ooh, come on,
was
clownfish.
I was saying, Lincoln, that your portion can better feed maybe me. He says to you, kind of in a side voice. I'm a big boy.
Hey, Jason.
I understand.
Tyne would like to see if he can find edible plants, mushrooms, vegetables, anything in the area that's not meat.
Okay, Amanda, you're gonna cook some of the meat, right?
Yeah, I marked off 6 pounds of meat.
Are you proficient in cooking?
No.
With cooking
I'm
utensils?
proficient in survival.
I have cook utensils, so I can cook if you guys need.
Okay,
I was planning
we'll
on
say
it.
unless you're making a recipe, then you can just cook your meat and have it.
Yeah, I'm just cooking meat. I don't think it's that complicated. I think you just
Yeah.
put meat.
We'll say it just takes an hour to cook.
It's a little
Fire.
dry.
If you want it good.
Yeah. It's not gonna be like a Brazilian steakhouse, but it'll be edible, I guess.
I can make a roll to see if it's any good.
No,
Tyne
you're
is-
good.
Would you rather forage? I can I know my way around a saucepan.
Tyne, I've been cooking over an open flame for 60 years.
Wow, 60 years?
Yeah, you're well marinated, I can tell.
So we're all gonna get like one activity, I imagine, right?
That's up to
So-
you guys.
Well, okay.
If you
Well,
want,
We can tag team things, it seems like. Or
yeah,
just
not everyone has to forage, but if you want to, characters can gather food, water, and repair resources as the party travels at a normal or slow pace. So especially with you stopped, you can certainly do so. You
Not
can gather
really
wood, forage, etc. Sorry, Amanda, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm not really a good cook. Sometimes we just eat fish, or sometimes we just eat bugs, and I just cook it over a fire. So whatever you guys want to eat or cook.
With great harvesting, we will cook it for you.
I'd say Tyne and whomever else is looking to forage. As you look out across the area, you can flavorfully tell that to really get any sort of actual beneficial amount of food to have on your person, you need to spend 2 hours around the area of the hex, kind of gathering while you forage to see if there is adequate food and stuff around here. So.
And you said we have 14 hours to spend?
14 hours before you would technically be allowed to move again without exhausting yourselves.
Alright, I'll spend 2 hours foraging. It's fine.
Does anyone else want to do this as well?
I'm not gonna forage. I'm just gonna go to the Russo, I guess his name is now. Just general upkeep. Give him a little pat, brush, give him some food. I'll spend my time doing that, and then I'll just set up my tent and chill in there and start writing down inside of my journal, writing some stuff down.
Okay.
Yeah, I already marked off 1 food for him, 5 gallons of water for all of us for the day. I already marked all that off.
Okay, very good. Anybody else foraging besides Tyne, then I guess would be my next question. No? Okay. Tyne, give me, if you would not mind, please, give me a survival check to see what the food and water availability is within this area.
9.
9.
9.
Let's see here. Okay. With a 9, you do not find enough stuff around here to gather.
Meet tonight, I suppose.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Tyne doesn't enjoy eating meat. He does to survive, but he comes back empty-handed, unfortunately.
2 hours pass. Tyne steps out of the woods as everyone hears a couple twigs snap, and you see that he is empty-handed.
Not
It is 11.
much.
Speaking of crafting, I make 5 arrows out of boar bone.
Okay.
And I just kind of rattle them around in my hand and look at Opie and say,
Does the child require more arrows?
Yeah, I would love some more arrows. Thank you, Mr. Lincoln.
You are welcome.
Has anyone started the campfire?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, campfire, that would have been
fire.
cooked by the time you get back. Meat's ready to be eaten.
Okay.
Tent set up.
Hey, Mr. Lincoln.
yeah.
You think you can make some pull out his hand crossbow. You think you can make some bolts? I mean, not right now. I don't need any. You think you can make some sometime for me? Maybe bone, whatever.
Yes. Easier.
No, thank you. I'll get you all the bones you want, buddy.
Good. We are pleased with this new ship.
Are
Yeah,
there
well,
any
you keep at that.
Are there any bodies of water around, like big enough to like dive in?
None that Tyne found on his search.
Okay. Yeah, man. 14 hours is a long time. That's all I got.
Well, 12 hours now.
Okay,
Oh,
so that's one more harmonic flux, right? So we're at 97.
Are we going to be doing watches for sleeping?
Unnecessary. We do not require sleep.
Well,
Okay. I'll, I mean, I don't mind staying up a little bit with you. Just, at least maybe for an hour or two, and then I'll go get some rest.
Lincoln says nothing.
What's everyone else doing?
Turning in. Good night.
You too, man.
Yeah.
So, like,
oh,
as I described earlier, Lincoln isn't sleeping with the rest of the group. He's just standing perfectly still at the wood line facing camp. And I don't need to sleep, so I just stand there for 8 hours.
Okay. The Oryx, seeing everyone, some people turning in, sort of slumps to the ground, a tuft of dirt kicked into the air as it lays its head down and tries to catch some sleep itself.
oh
So
yeah,
it's
and
Uh-huh.
Opie would have like unhooked it from the cart and everything and given it some love.
you unhooked it from the cart.
Yeah, you can't sleep.
Make an
attached to the
animal
cart.
handling check, please.
I'd like to assist with
I
that.
can assist.
You guys
Can
are
either-
trained in that, right?
Yes.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna add a +1, 15.
Okay. You go to
named him.
You go to unattach the attachment to the Oryx and notice in the glint of the Oryx eye, remembering for just a second what Durham had told you, that despite as much as you want this to be your friend or your pet, this is a beast of burden, and if you unchain it, if for whatever reason it decides just out of curiosity or if it gets spooked, it would totally bolt away from the wagon.
Well, I would chain it to something, but it can't.
Tether it.
Yeah, I would tether it,
Well,
but it can't sleep like
you
connected to the
didn't say
cart.
that though. You
But
didn't
I would,
say
though.
that.
I would though. I'm sure it has like a bridle or something that I would keep on it.
It doesn't look too uncomfortable being attached to the wagon.
Well, then I'll
It
leave
makes
it
any
attached to the cart.
Okay.
I don't think that's how it works, Jason. What fine?
This is fantasy world. This is how it works.
If he's okay, I'm okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
So we have Lincoln, who never sleeps, who always stares at you, and we have Uncle Jimmy. Is anyone else staying up for, a tiny bit for turning in?
Nah.
Okay. All four of the others eventually turn in.
Who's sleeping with who?
Rankin and I are bunking together. We'll take this tent over here.
Just mooching off of Lincoln, like it's clear that he's not using the tin. He's just. Oh shit.
Great.
I got my own tent. If anybody wants to, that's fine.
Tyne is on some furs under the stars.
Okay, well, anyone's welcome to use my tent if they want. And Opie goes to bed.
All four go to bed. You stay up, Uncle Jimmy, along with Lincoln, keeping an eye out. I'm assuming there's not much conversation happening between the two of you during the hour that you stay up.
I mean, Lincoln wouldn't say anything.
I'm just gonna look to him and maybe once or twice to say, you believe in the higher powers or anything? Got any, beliefs?
I used a monster. What do you believe in?
He believes in bones.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Lincoln doesn't say anything.
Jimmy's just gonna sit there and keep an eye out for a bit. Maybe take a moment or two, mutter a few words to himself, grab his little claw, and take a perception check while he waits.
Sure.
Lincoln's a sparkling conversationalist. You just have to ask the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Say a dirty 20.
Jimmy, you sit out here. There's not much conversation happening between you and Lincoln. You kind of peer out into the twilight of the open road here that you've probably pulled the wagon over to the side to at least and set up your tents, maybe at least a little off the path, just somewhat in the woods. You can see up above the swirling swarms of the Gleedlekin that create the twilight in this area, and you watch now as they begin to disperse. Your eyes are a little heavy. You are thinking of turning in, and then you hear the sound coming from on top of the unfurled map on the wagon as the time clicks to 12. With your perception check, you, as well as Lincoln, without even needing to make a perception check, begin to see that as the Gleedlekin have now dispersed from the sky above, the area around you begins to get dark. Darker. Up ahead, both you, Uncle Jimmy, and Lincoln begin to see coalescing in the distance, beginning to quickly eat away, coming towards you. Looks to be a large, rolling fog or mist, though this fog or mist is not gray or whitish in color, but completely black as it begins to quickly roll your way.
Were we warned about? I think weren't we warned about this?
Durham told you to be wary every 12 hours as there is a big shift that happens.
Okay.
Seeing this happen, if there's a tree, I mean, like, is this mist like 10, 20, 30 feet in the air, or is it something that's just kind of like a creeping 5 to 10 feet on the ground?
It is probably about, at this point, 60 to 80 feet out, and it is just a massive wall of black. It is as though the clouds that are up in the sky met the surface here, but they are completely drenched in absolute darkness as it just consumes up ahead.
This is mildly horrifying.
Professor Bart says in his sleep.
I'm gonna cautiously kind of take a step or two back before it gets there and just toss another log or two on the fire and stoke the fire.
Lincoln will light a torch.
Mm-hmm.
And just go back to the wood line and stand there with the torch.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Lincoln, you hold the torch up, kind of staying somewhat within the distance of the others. Uncle Jimmy, you come over, the fire, kind of on its last legs. You kind of just toss a little bit more of, some tufts of twigs and sticks in to kind of keep it roaring for a little longer. The flames kick up and kind of light, emitting some light to the nearby tents of those sleeping around you. As the rolling mist now encroaches, it begins to wash like a massive wave out in the seas as it rolls over now the cart, the wagon, the mount, and all of you in the area. As it does, you feel a sensation cover your bodies, except for maybe Lincoln. You feel a cold sensation, an unnerving sensation, a sapping sensation, though you don't receive any ill effects. However, peering around you, despite whatever senses you may have, all you can see is the distance provided by the campfire and the torch held in Lincoln's hands. Anything outside of that is absolute completely black. You can see nothing.
I knew
It's darkness.
I knew I should have grabbed that druid with the bubble tent thing. Jesus. Is there, within reach of our campfire, is there a tree that I could just kind of scuttle up? You know, something that's like 20 feet away so I could get just a little bit of the light, you know, maybe go up about 5-10 feet and find a perch.
Sure.
And I'm going to try and just climb up there real quick and see with whatever kind of check you would see is fair, something I could nestle into that maybe if I want to sleep up here I could, but just I don't like the ground right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say this would be not a comfortable way to sleep, but there's enough branches and stuff out here that you could probably like lean up against the trunk using this branch and attempt your best to fall asleep in it.
Survival check?
No check needed. The tree will serve you well. It's just not going to be particularly comfortable.
Okay. Yeah, and I looked at Link and say, hey, I'm going to keep an eye out, but I'm going to turn in. I'm going to be up here. I'm sure you'll let us know if you see anything, all right?
I am going to place an effigy in the path.
You don't know what that means.
Right. Yeah, you do you, buddy. That's, yeah, you effigy this whole place before it effigies us, all right?
Lincoln walks about like... So when I walk like out of the radius of the campfire, can I see the campfire?
You can still see the campfire lit, yes.
Yeah, okay, all right. I walk about like 60 feet up the trail.
It's weird.
And-
You see the campfire in the distance, and you can kind of see the tent. You see just the bare silhouette of like Uncle Jimmy up in the tree. But outside of that, it's just like a black void.
Wow. So I walk about 60 feet up the trail, and I have like this Blair Witch looking effigy made out of bones on a stake.
Okay.
And I just put it in the path.
So some from the forest shit. Okay.
And Lincoln says to the effigy,
If something brushes up against you, scream.
and then walks away back to his spot at the wood line.
Oh boy, you can call me an effigy because something brushes up against me, I'm screaming.
I have a that's my talking doll. If something touches it, it screams.
Oh my god.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, well, that's Lincoln.
Alarm.
Okay, so Uncle Jimmy turns in. Lincoln's the only one staying up, I assume. Does Lincoln need to sleep at all? Is there any sort of downtime?
I just need to
that's
just be inactive for 4 to 6 hours,
Now,
and I get the benefits of a long rest.
Okay.
But you're still aware.
I'm still conscious and aware. Yeah.
Okay. You're just like still.
Yeah, just standing there, creeping.
Completely still.
I mean, that's what he does anyways. So
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right, long rest time.
6 hours pass. Everyone
Which-
is still asleep, besides Lincoln.
By the way, what time did we start, Jason? Because I think I need to look at this harmonic flux. What time did we start the whole campaign?
You started
into the Forlorn.
at noon during the light time, so it has been 18 hours since then.
Okay,
Since
so that's 9.
the light.
Or no, that's not 9. That's
9.
That's only 4 harmonic flux.
Lincoln.
Yes.
Everyone is asleep. In the distance, similar to the campfire and torch, which at this point I have to imagine, are they still going? Have you been tending to them at all, Lincoln, or did you?
I think Lincoln probably would somewhere deep down. I mean, he's got 10 intelligence, so he's not like a dunce. He would see that he can't see in the darkness, and he would know that is bad. So he would be able to tend to the fire and keep his torch lit.
I'd say mark off like 2 more pounds of wood, Amanda. Then.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want anything sneaking up on us.
Lincoln, as you were in your inert state, but still aware of the surroundings, up ahead, not too far away, maybe 40 or so feet in between the tree trunks, you see a soft but radiant glow shimmering in between them. You see the flicker of what looks like insect-like wings in the distance.
Lincoln remembers somebody talking about some kind of beetle or something.
Yes.
And
Capture the Cradle.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And Lincoln would go and investigate stealthily.
Okay. So
Sport.
let me say this. You're able to get up to see the thing, and you do, in fact, notice that it is a golden Gleedlekin. A rare appearance, seeing that all the others seem to have departed, at least this side of the Celestial Cradle. It seems to be flittering around, almost in a curious-like state, going from petal to petal, peering around. It looks as though you may have an opportunity to catch it with either a stealth check, a sleight of hand check, or an animal handling check. Or, I'm sorry, not sleight of hand, survival check. So, stealth, survival, or animal handling, please.
Those are all really good options. Lincoln remembers these were important for some reason, but he can't. Luke remembers, but Lincoln can't remember why.
Sure.
But he thinks that it would be a good idea to catch this thing. And I'm gonna try to sneak up on it, very creepily gliding across the forest floor toward it, and hopefully just nab it. And I'm gonna use this. I get 2. Dash is a bonus action, so I'm gonna very quietly, very swiftly move toward it and try to grab it with the bonus dash action, I guess.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, just to flavor it a little bit. Unnatty 20.
Okay. You moving silently, maybe even putting your own torch out, just still keeping the campfire behind you in view. You shift through the tree line. As you do, a large sentient pile of bones, yet moving almost immaculately and completely silent, come up to the beetle as it is curiously sort of like digging into the dirt a little bit on the ground, and just quickly snatch it up with a hand. It flitters for a second, but doesn't appear too afraid as you kind of clasp the wings to make sure it doesn't fly away. You can see the creature radiates with a light. It almost looks like the carapace almost looks like a lantern in some form that just emits this pure radiant light. Its legs flicker around for a couple seconds occasionally, but it slows down after you hold it for a second or two.
Lincoln uses his once per day speak with animals.
Oh, nice.
And Lincoln says to it, "Shh, quiet little one."
You hear...
I'm not using the voice on purpose.
Sure.
In case anyone's wondering.
You hear, yes.
Oh, I didn't catch that. What did it say?
It said yes.
Oh. You are going to help me and my compatriots.
Okay.
Good. Come with me. And I'm like holding it with 3 skeletal hands pretty tightly, but I as delicately as possible return to the wagon. And Lincoln seems to remember something about some sort of thing to keep them in. So he starts rooting around in the wagon and looking for something.
Sure. I would say, I'm sure between your packs and stuff like that, there's something to keep this thing in, to just keep it safe for now. Again, it doesn't seem to struggle much, especially after you, like, make a line of communication with it, with your speak with animals.
Wasn't there like a slot in our wagon for the beetles?
Yeah.
Yes. You notice at the base of this magical emitter, there does appear to be sort of an indentation of what looks to be roughly the size of the beetle itself. And as you put the beetle into the slot, the beetle just calmly seems to almost naturally, almost as if it knew that this was a process it could take, just sort of shifts into place. You don't know, however, the effects of what this may do. So until you are able to understand what is happening with it syncing up with the device, you receive no benefit.
That's fine. I will leave that to the more magically inclined members of the group.
But it doesn't look
And
like
I
it's
will
trying to escape or anything. Yeah.
I will say, good, little one. Good. I shall see you on the morrow.
Right.
And I take the torch and return to the exact same spot I was previously.
Sure. Let's see here. That was... we had 12 hours left. We went to 12, so that'd be 11 left. So technically we would go 6. That's down to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
Early to bed, early to rise.
Everyone, all of you wake up in your tents. It is dark, unnaturally dark. And for a second, you come to understand the assumption that this is, of course, just nighttime when the Glidokin are likely not up in the air. As you unzip or push away the flaps of your tents, however, you do notice outside the unusual, complete darkness outside of the somewhat still stoked fire nearby. You can heal your characters if you'd like to, regain your spell slots. You've gone through a long rest.
Boy. So I have to do one of these things.
So it is morning, but we can't see because the glowing darkness is still everywhere.
Correct. It appears as though, looking at the watch on your map, that within an hour it may switch back to light time and recede.
Okay. Well, good enough. I don't know. Speaking out of character, I don't know if we could travel in this.
Yeah.
Like,
we have to go slow for sure.
You can travel, and you can even travel at normal pace. This is all things your characters would know. This isn't just me explaining it to you. However, you would need to make a check to ensure that you stay on track and do not get lost. So if there is someone who is maybe been appointed a navigator or someone who wants to take on that role, they will want to make sure and make a wisdom survival check as they travel during this period of time so that you do not get lost.
I can handle that.
I have a +4 survival if we need.
Same, yeah.
I got a +7. I'm trained
Nice.
and I got some navigator's tools.
We found our navigator.
yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna ask if you mentioned anything about the beetle.
I was literally about to.
Yeah, that's
do
what I
that,
figured.
Lincoln approaches. I imagine it. I don't know how long torches last, but I imagine this torch has probably gone.
Oh
out
yeah,
by now.
yeah.
He's still holding a smoldering torch that's no longer emitting light. But Lincoln approaches you silently out of the darkness, like a fucking nightmare, and says,
I have found one of the creatures.
Tyne lights up a small flickering flame in his hand that sheds bright light for 10 feet.
"Ooh, look at you!"
Yep. It's just a cantrip too. So
Oh, perfect.
bright light for 10 feet, dim light for an additional 10 feet.
Oh yeah, man! It's about time the light cantrip got some use.
This produced flame, but yeah.
Oh, also good. Same.
Yeah.
thing.
It's how he lights his pipe.
That's
Also.
that's amazing. That's perfect. But you would surmise from what Lincoln is saying that he has found a Glidokin.
Little kid.
We spoke with it in the woods. I communed with the creature. It is
Show
now
it to
attached to the wagon.
Oh, excellent.
Lincoln points at the wagon.
Can we check it out? Do we know what it does? What's the word here, Bird?
It's a DC 12 nature check to find out what it does.
Ah, please.
Stand back and watch me critically fail this. Ooh.
Love to see it.
20 and a 1.
Yeah.
It's just the 20. I've got it to roll everything twice just because it's easier than tossing it around.
That's fine. I may ask what the number is sometimes, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, you are able to identify this. Please roll me a d12.
D12.
Ooh, it's a random.
Cha-cha. 10.
It's a high number. That's got to be good. That's how it works.
This particular species, although you haven't heard much about them, but you are at least able to put two and two together, the formal name of this particular the family of Glidokin. This is the Reclusa, and gains you advantage while it is slotted into the Amonicar Mitter. Advantage on animal handling checks with all draft animals.
Oh, sick. So we just got friendlier with our Auroch.
This
What was
is
his
a
name
Russo?
Russo.
Uso.
This is a persistent effect. You can see this in the rules that as long as you are within 30 feet of the wagon will always benefit you all.
That rules. That's a really
awesome.
good one to get.
I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna track this on our resource tracker, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I get that if you don't want it. It's fine.
You both can record it.
I'm going to do it.
Kyle's got his spreadsheet too. He's like, I want to do my spreadsheet.
He's like, no, I want to.
I do enough.
He's an entomologist, you jerks.
I do enough of that at work. You guys do it. I don't want to fucking do it anymore.
I feel that, actually. I feel that.
Yeah, I think Uncle Jimmy's gonna come over and like put his a cigar into the produce flame spell and put the cigar in his mouth. So that'll be good. We can get this this big guy to listen to us better. He seems kind of stubborn, you know.
Big palooka.
Yeah,
It is an ox.
they're both. Yeah.
Hard-headed they are.
Why is Opie attacking us?
Just checking something. Opie
You know,
attacks. Opie's
curse.
actually the villain.
Hope he eats the beetle.
But inevitable betrayal.
Hey, kid, you wanna? There's enough room up here. You could sit with me, and I could kind of show you how to navigate this thing. How to, if you want to talk to it at all, get friendly with it while we're, on our way. You seem to like. Oh, what's his name?
His name Russo?
Yeah, Russo. That's a good name.
He didn't say he had a name, so I just gave it to him.
Yeah, I know Russo. Had to cut his tongue out. Wasn't good. Sorry. I might still have it. You think he'd want it?
You have his tongue?
Long story. We'll tell you on the road. All right.
Wow, okay.
So, I suppose we should move.
Yeah.
Think
Okay.
said Uncle Jimmy was navigating.
No problem.
I'm assuming you're keeping your cantrip up as a permanent light source while you all move along the wagon. Okay.
Yeah, I think
I can also add 2 to wherever I have little tinkerer stuff that I can make 2 little glowing like orbs or objects.
Ooh.
So I can add a lantern to the front and the back as well.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good
Very
job,
nice.
fellas.
We're doing it.
Oh, I pick up my. I guess everybody sees Lincoln walk forward and pick up the creepy bone effigy that he placed in the road, and then just put it inside of his robe somewhere.
So,
Interesting.
As you are traveling, going at normal pace, is that right?
You said there was no penalty in the darkness, right?
No penalty, just
Same as-
have to
as
make
long
your
as-
survival
yeah.
check. You'd have to do the same thing traveling slower anyway, but go ahead
Okay.
and show me where on the map you want the wagon to move, and then I will ask for that survival check from, I'm assuming, Uncle Jimmy to navigate you all there.
Keep following the road, yeah?
Yeah.
I was gonna
so.
think, right? Yeah. So here.
Okay, so give me that wisdom
Forward.
survival check from Uncle Jimmy.
Uncle Jimmy.
I'm going to use one of my +1s just ahead of time because I don't want us to die in the dark.
Sure, sure.
Hey,
All right, very
22.
now you know
nice.
about a
Love to see
22.
it.
You are able to keep the party on track, navigating successfully as the time ticks from 12 over to 1. As the time ticks to 12, you watch all around you as this bleak, overbearing darkness begins to recede, and you see motes of what look like for a second stars above. But as the darkness begins to pull itself away from the area, you now see these swaths of the swarms flying up above of the Gleedokin, who begin to resume their flight in the air over above you as it becomes light time again. The wagon moves, continuing on this sort of dirty, overrun path along the road, and you move forward a hex, and I'm going to go ahead and make a roll here, as I'm wont to do.
As one does.
As one does.
Yeah, can you +1 your random encounter roll?
No,
Like,
D20.
like if you roll treasure and see dragon fight one above.
+1.
Dickest jackpot machine. You win, sucker. No, you don't.
As
Ding,
each of
ding,
you
ding.
are traveling along, occasionally moving past these tall, high-rise tombstones that just reach stories and stories up in the air. The tops of them almost hard to make out with the rolling natural mist of the light time that kind of coalesces in the air. As you're passing underneath one, the shadow of it kind of covering from the Gleedokin swarms, all of you hear the sound of shifting stone and a large snap. And as you look up, the shadow growing underneath you, you see a large piece of tombstone falling down towards each of you. All of you just immediately take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as pieces of debris from the falling tombstone fall and crumple on top of you and crash into the wagon itself.
No.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, the wagon has an HP, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Yeah.
I need to track that too.
Well,
What's
here's the
HP?
thing. Here's the thing. The wagon gets natural wear and tear, and to keep this at least as real as possible, you do not know the HP of the wagon.
That makes sense, I guess.
So, does mending work to help the wagon?
Yes. Mending could help the wagon out.
Seeing the wagon get hit with these rocks and tombstones and whatnot, I'll go ahead and cast mending on it. It's a cantrip, so it's just...
It only does 1 foot, and it takes a minute, so it's a foot per minute.
You can spend 1 hour of repair work on the wagon, and it will regain 1d4 hit points using the mending spell.
Okay.
Can I sit in it that way, or I can just keep my hand along it while we walk?
I think it's
Or
a
do we
choice
have
to
to-
stay or
Or do we have to
Yeah,
stop?
it's the idea you'd have to, you gotta get underneath it and just do a once
Okay.
over. So it's something that you couldn't do while it's in motion.
Later.
So is it a D4 per mending cast? Because
Yep.
looks like Nick has it as well.
Yeah, I have it.
It would be,
Nice.
yes.
Mechanic.
I mean, it doesn't look.
When we get to the camp,
Yeah,
like we
we'll
can.
do it later.
Yeah, it doesn't look too
Yeah.
bad, right? Like it just
Yeah,
took
yeah.
some damage from rocks.
That's what I was also
It's
going to ask.
now
Do we have a rough
that you.
magnitude of how-
Sorry, go ahead.
Do we have a magnitude of how much HP it has overall? Like, even if we don't know exactly what it was?
You could give me a check, yes.
Oh boy. Kind of a check might that be?
Investigation check, I think, would probably be the
Investigation?
most fortuitous
Oh, okay.
for you all.
I think I'd be the best one at that. Yeah.
Definitely. Oh,
Dice in my nuts.
There,
Six.
you may not have noticed it before, but the roads here certainly lended some wear and tear to the wagon outside of just the falling debris. There's quite a few kind of snapped pieces of wood and stuff on this thing. It's not looking, it's still holding together, but it certainly wasn't where it was at the beginning of this adventure.
You know what? There is some damage. There's a bunch of rocks on top of it.
That too.
Must
That was
we?
me failing to shed any new light on our situation.
We could
seems-
go.
Go ahead.
I was to say we could go for another hour or two, take a quick little break, and if you guys want to take another once over on it,
It seems to roll. Maybe we repair it once we've stopped for the night.
I think we should keep going. I want to see how far we can get. It's best to test these things early.
Yeah.
vote
Next
for
race speed.
All
We
right.
can only move 4 hexes a day, right?
Yeah, that was your first one.
So we can get to there.
So you want to keep traveling along the road?
Yeah, let's do it.
You push forward, an additional 2 hours pass, traveling at normal pace. It is now 3. No difficulty seeing now that the twilight cast above from the Gleeducan are above you. And as you make your mark here, let me see. Let me make a roll here. Hang on just a second. I believe this is a D20. You come upon a traveler sitting at the side of the road. They look like they are probably drow, and their packs is next to them, but sort of like deflated and sitting flat on the roadside. They themselves are just sort of sloppily leaning up against a tree with torn clothing. As you pass, they say, "Food! Water, please!"
We've plenty to spare.
We have a lot of that boar meat.
Is it just the one that we see?
Just one.
Perception check.
Sure.
Perception check. I aid Uncle Jimmy.
14 for insight as well.
Aid Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah, roll one more time, Uncle Jimmy, then I'll tell you.
Oh,
That's
Uncle Jimmy.
a 12.
Between the 12 perception and 14, yeah, this drow's looking haggard. There's no traveling animal to speak of with him that you can see. Looks like he's in a bad way.
You're my friend. I reach out to him. I give him a ration.
Does he himself look like worse for wear then, you said? Yeah?
I mean, he doesn't look like he's damaged in any way, but he you can see his lips look parched as he takes the ration and says, "Any more, please?"
Just looks hungry. Okay.
Tell us your story, my friend. What has happened to you? What's your name? My name is Professor Bark. These people also have names.
He looks across to the others.
Tying smokes.
I would quickly introduce them.
My name is Ventral. I was out traveling on my steed, attempting to find some items or relics out here that may have gathered me some small fortune enough to tire. But there's things out in the night. A darkness had overcome me just the previous night. It's my first time here. I did not intend or know that the darkness was going to be as dangerous as it was. My steed ran from me, and I nearly collapsed out of exhaustion from trying to evade some of the shadows in the dark that tried to ambush me.
What do you mean, shadows?
Creatures, monsters in the darkness. I had no way of seeing them. I had to toss most of my gear just to get enough weight off me to take flight by foot and escape them.
Do you know where you go from here, traveler?
Back the
Does
way
he
I
know the
came.
way?
I want to get out of
Yeah.
here, he says, pointing in at least the general direction of where you all entered from.
How far is it for you?
Without horseback, some ways, but I mean, as long as I have some type of nourishment for a few days worth at least, I can make my way out of here. Please, however much you have and can spare.
OP's gonna take 2 pounds of the boar meat
Mm-hmm.
and give it to him. And do we have anything that'll like hold water other than our individual water skins? Like, does a wagon have anything that'll hold water for this guy?
Unless you have anything on your persons, no.
Lincoln takes out a water skin that looks uncomfortably stitched together from probably, hopefully, animal flesh, and just kind of looks at it and wordlessly hands it to the guy.
Thank you, he says.
I just slowly fade backward afterward,
Thanks.
and I remove my water skin from my inventory because I don't fucking need it.
You, which way did you come from?
He points in the same direction he did just a second ago. From the
He's
west.
going the way we came.
You came out here by yourself?
Yes, I didn't trust anyone to go with me.
You, Uncle Jimmy's gonna point back the way we came and say, you're, on foot. I assume that'd be like 2 to 4 hours, 2 hex squares. Back behind us is the guild in the end. He's just gonna kind of give him a quick description of which way he needs to go.
He nods and says, I've heard of the place, but I didn't see it on the way here. I'll certainly try to make my way there first. You said there's a place to sleep, food?
Yeah. He just kind of stares him over. Insight check?
You guys already did one. Unless you're trying to figure out anything else.
I want to see if he's being honest.
Sure. Yeah, sounds like it.
All right. You when you get there, you go to the Helper's Hand Guild, the inn. You tell them it was us. Kind of give you a hand, all right?
Of course, thank you. This should at least be enough to hopefully get me there. I appreciate it, travelers. If you're traveling east, whatever you do, when the darkness comes, stay in the light, he says.
Good to know.
He grabs the things you've given him, shoveling it into what's left of his pack that is now finally fit with some food and water, and begins to head that way. Amanda, you may regain the harmonic flux by 1 point.
Nice. We're at 93 for anybody wondering.
Look at us.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Not me.
You're
Right.
doing remarkably well keeping track, boy. Keep it up, you'll be a scholar one day.
Good
First
kid.
with the fish kind.
Well, my mom say I'm pretty good with numbers.
You're doing very well. the pluses and the minuses. You're doing them excellently.
I'm telling you, we got an opportunity for you back home. You're shining, kid. Good kid.
He's a sauce boy. He makes a sauce for Mama's spaghetti.
All right. Doesn't seem like there's much beyond the encounter with the drow here, if you want to keep moving forward.
Let's go.
All right.
Go.
Moving
Follow
ahead.
that road.
Stay on the hexes. Another 2 hours pass, bringing us to 5 light time.
Cuckoo.
Another encounter. It's been 1 day, but Amanda, you already marked off all the water and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I marked it off when we camped.
You don't have to count Lincoln, but
I didn't.
He doesn't need any of that crap.
Well, I counted 1 extra food because Opie made him 1 extra because he didn't know he didn't eat.
Oh,
But I
nice.
didn't count him in water.
Gotcha. As you move to this square, nothing of note happens. No
Good waste of
visitors, no run-in with others. Things are fine.
As we're walking, is there any way Opie can like pick up, any logs or little sticks he sees in the road to try to get back some of our wood?
I think that's a foraging thing we're gonna have to do at the end of every
Take like
day.
2 hours, yeah.
I'm trying to.
Hang on. Characters can gather food, water, and repair resources as the party travels at normal or slow pace.
Oh, okay.
Foraging, no matter what, requires the party stop traveling for 2 hours, during which the players can gather food or water.
Yep.
If multiple characters forage, they can make separate checks. Let me see here. Hang on. For every hour, here we go. This is different for wood because that's a little easier. For every hour spent gathering wood, you make a nature check and gather that many pounds of wood, and it is doubled if the character is using an appropriate item like an axe to collect it.
He's just gathering things from the road, so.
Okay, so without
Not
really
that-
like spinning the hour and chopping some actual wood, and that's more a flavor thing than anything else.
Okay, so nature?
Yes. Nature, and we can say you spend one of the hours as the cart travels along to gather some wood.
I'll help you then. You said we can make more than 1 check, right? For these
Sure,
type of things?
Sure. Opie gets a 13, and then you can make one as well. Fine.
16 nature.
That's 20.
And then are both of you using some type of proper tool to gather the wood, like an axe or anything that can chop it? Opie's not. What about you, Tyne?
I don't think...
Here, I can give Opie a hand axe. It's
I also-
light. You can carry it.
Also have a hand axe if we need one.
Okay.
It's
Also, you
a
could-
hatchet.
You could make more hand axes, can't you, Forte?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
So, handing over the 2 hand axes to Opie and Tyne, if they use them, you double that amount. So, your 13 becomes 26. 16, 32.
Okay. So 26,
32.
32. That's a lot. We probably don't need that much.
We did it.
Toss it into
Better
the
have
wagon.
too much.
We
26.
overachieved.
make an effigy or something to just put here to remember that we've been here.
Well, now we have 45 wood. It's probably good for us to just gather it up at the beginning.
Wood can be used to repair the wagon.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
never a
that's
bad
true.
thing to get some good wood.
It's probably a lot of wood to. I'm just gonna go on.
Yeah,
It's probably a lot of wood to get to repair the wagon too, right?
It may be. Let me
more
Okay.
than likely.
Okie doke. All good.
We can check once we're resting.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
you want to press on?
Mm-hmm.
hold on.
Forward.
All right, this is your last one for the day, marking the 4th one here.
It's good at the crossroads.
2 more hours
Wait,
pass, bringing you to 7 light time. Each of you hear the snap of wood coming from the wagon behind you. As you do see a few pieces look ragged, some snapped in half, and there is the occasional sort of just like lump or like rolling bump that the wagon takes as it rolls on. And then I will do an encounter roll. All right. That is going to be this, which means this thing happens.
Jay, what
Which
do
is
you say
nothing.
We double team and fix this wagon.
I agree. It's looking a little worse for wear. It's why I'm here.
Mending.
Do you need a second, Jason? Because I can ask Forte a question that will buy you some time.
Yes.
How have you come across the skills to repair such interesting vessels?
Well, when you look at the mechanics behind the simple wagon, it's just a couple of moving parts and a big tent on top. So when you're used to repairing big things that fly in between the Twixt and handle big shipments with magic and machinery, this is not so difficult.
Bet you have some stories to tell.
I do have some stories to tell, and now I have a couple of extra scars to add on to them from the last little bitey guy we saw down the road.
Oh, yeah. I get it. Because he gored you to death multiple times.
Nearly to death.
Wagon maintenance be done using toolkits, depending on the severity, the location of the damage. In most cases, woodworking, tinker, carpenter tools, or the mending spell can be used. You can spend 1 hour or more trying to patch the hole or replace damaged parts. Vehicle's got to be stationary, and the creature must have spare parts to make the necessary repairs. 1 pound of wood or metal equals 1 hit point recovered. After 1 hour of repair work, the creature makes a DC tool check equaling the armor class of the vehicle, picking a relevant skill to use, and gains advantage on the check if it's proficient with the tools used to make the repairs. If you succeed, it gains hit points equal to the spare parts used in conjunction with woodworking, tinker, or carpenter tools. If the check fails, it doesn't regain any hit points, but the repair can be attempted again using the same replacement parts. So, if you want to kind of fix up the wagon, you're more than welcome to. It's going to be 1 hour. You tell me how much wood you use and make you a check.
Tyne is just going to do the mending spell.
Okay, so that'll be a D4 to help. Yeah, you don't have to use wood if you don't want to.
Any tools I want because I'm a tinkering fool. So I guess proficient. Well, I got tinkerer's tools natively, so I'll do that.
Forte's mending the card,
so
okay. It's an additional 1
Is
hit
it-
point.
So I've got tinker's tools, so it's just a proficiency check.
Give me a
20 plus
relevant skill check. If you're using those tools, you get advantage on it. All you got to do is beat the AC of the wagon itself, which is not particularly high. It's 12 AC.
Okay, let's say survive.
How much wood are you
Sure.
using, by the way?
Let's see, we collected quite a bit. Let's use 5 of them.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's see
that check.
Let's see that check. Oh, wow. Fuck.
First one 4.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. After an hour, you don't really get anywhere, Bark. But you can still use the same parts. You haven't wasted them.
That's
Cut them
nice.
twice and they're the same length as before.
Wait, so
Try.
you didn't use any wood?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Try again later.
Very well.
But this is your final space for the day. What would you all like to do?
I think we want to push to the crossroads, right?
Good stopping point, the Crossroads. Yeah.
Right.
To be clear, this space would technically be your last one for the day.
Oh,
But you're welcome to
Oh.
press on. You're welcome to, you can press on if you'd like to.
Considering we didn't do so great healing the cart, maybe we should stop. But no.
Okay.
take another hour and mend it again.
Sure, you guys could give another min to it. Give me 2 more rolls as another hour passes.
Good to me.
Just one this time.
Yeah.
It's just not my day today, guys.
Wait. I stole all
Alright.
the 4s on the D4 roll.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
okay, man. I like seeing all your crits.
You guys mended a little bit.
And, 12. Does 12 beat the DC to repair?
I think that
12
ma-
just
matches it,
meets,
right?
so
It
yes.
matches, yeah.
Are you using the 5 wood?
Yeah, boy.
All right. It regains 5
Another
additional hit points. The wagon is looking in much better condition than it did.
Looks better. Good.
Ah, I used wood this time. The mud didn't do it last time.
How much wood did you use? Sorry.
5.
5.
Okay.
5 pounds. Alright, so since we're camping here, Tyne will once again go out and forage for food, water. He's also going to look for medicinal herbs and
Right.
also other types of herbs.
Give me that survival check, bud. Anyone else doing this as well, or just time?
I'm gonna just take care of the Auric real quick and make sure he's set up where he is, and then go join him. But I'm gonna look for wood to replenish our stock.
Okay.
Are there any bodies of water nearby?
You can make a check along with time. That's a survival check.
Can I pump a +1 into my check?
Sure.
Alright, so it's a 15.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 as well.
7.
Are you using a hand axe, Uncle Jimmy?
I would
I'll
use my machete on smaller branches if need be.
You can have the
Uh,
hand axe I was using.
Yeah, I was gonna
don't
say
need it.
I would say a hand axe would be the preferred
Okay.
method.
Yeah,
So
I'll use the
then,
hand axe.
within an hour, you gather 40 wood with your check.
Holy crap.
Tyne, you and Opie find that there are abundant resources of both food and water here. All you need to do, Amanda, is roll a 1d6 plus your wisdom mod to determine the amount of water that you found
That's my wisdom.
in gallons.
That's the 6.
So there's 6 gallons here to gather.
Well, we can only hold 5. Well, I guess we're gonna have 5 tonight, so okay.
So
I'll
you
take
like
all 6
replenish your stocks, yeah.
Yeah.
And then similarly, Tyne, did you want to gather some stuff, bud?
Yeah, any like food, edible plants, mushrooms.
Please
Any-
roll me a. Let me see here. Hang on. Yeah, please roll me a d20.
Sure. Oof. 7.
You find a number of wilderberries here that you can please give me a. Let me see here. Gathering check on.
Gathering. Like, survival?
Let me take a look really quickly here. For plants, the DM will determine the area of capable blah 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 blah. From farm can be harvested. Okay, hang on just a second. Herbs and plants can be gathered by any PC with a herbalism kit. You have one of those.
I do.
It adds your proficiency
Nice.
bonus to the check. So go ahead and give me your. A player can use their herbalism kit or a nature DC to identify plants in the area. Gotcha. Yeah, we'll say you did that already. Give me a give me just like a straight D20 roll, adding your proficiency bonus using your herbalism kit.
Okay. What's my proficiency bonus? What's
Plus
that?
2.
Plus 2.
Yeah.
12.
All right, with the 12, you gather 8 pounds of wilderberries.
Dang, dude. That's
A lot of fucking berries.
Do you want to add that?
Berry.
Why can't I have
Amanda?
those berries?
It takes 2
Yeah.
hours for him to do this, but yeah, he gathers a lot.
Could I also have been looking for like medicinal herbs and the like?
Yes, but that would require an additional foraging time to look for that.
Okay.
There are
How many-
stuff like that you can find, but you know you have to roll for this.
How long are we here camped for?
Yeah, we've another 2 hours of light. I'll help you search.
Yeah, you have
I'm something
another-
of a herbalist myself.
Another 11 hours.
Okay, so yeah, I have a ton of. As long as I keep 8 hours of sleep. Cool. Yeah. I look for. You never know when medicine may be good to have.
Give you advantage as I search with you. If that's how that works, or if I roll separately.
You
think
could
it's
roll
good.
separately or just give him advantage. Either one still works.
What's your bonus? Is it just proficiency or?
What am I
th-
rolling? Like
Yeah, this
nature
one's
or
just straight
medicine?
D20 with your herbalism
Oh,
proficiency bonus.
so +2.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go for advantage.
Okay,
Ain't no difference.
that works.
Nice.
So 19.
All right, with the 19, you search the area again, trying to find anything of note. With a 19, you find, roll a 1d2. You
One.
find nutmeg.
Very good in everything in the 1800s.
And then give me a d20 plus your proficiency from the herbalism to see how much you gather.
21.
21 gathers you 6 pounds worth of nutmeg.
6 pounds of nutmeg. Add it to
That's-
the list.
That's so much. If you had that much nutmeg for 2 hours today, that could be your full-time fucking job.
I've lived in the forest all my life.
Which, speaking of, as he is
Oh,
gathering
shit.
this and time passes, everyone now is finally able to see together as the dark mist begins to roll in as it passes to blight time.
Campfire.
Produce flame.
I did have one thing, Jason. Sorry to bring everything to a screeching halt, but I wanted to let everybody finish.
Sure.
I want to make more arrows
Okay.
or bolts, I guess, for Jimmy.
Sure.
But
Sure.
as a self-imposed character thing, I've said that I only make stuff with bone instead of wood.
Mhm.
So I need to try to hunt an animal real quick while everyone is doing their foraging.
Sure. Yeah. Look for. Let me see.
Could I
Let's-
assist him?
Meat can be gathered by any player with a slashing weapon or knife that isn't dull or rusty from any beast the party has killed. Let me see. Outside of a combat encounter, a player must make an attack roll in order to see how many creatures they successfully kill. Alternatively,
okay.
players may use hunting traps, in which case there's no roll needed.
Oh,
I forgot to.
Oh, okay. We'll have to
Good
buy
to
some of
know.
those
Good to
next
know.
time. Yeah.
I was gonna say we forgot to harvest some metal from that thing for our blacksmith over here.
Oh yeah, our blacksmith can make hunting traps.
We
That's a
did-
perfect use.
It's,
Well, anyway, so just an
drop the ball
attack
on
roll,
that, my bad.
Jason.
Yes, please. If you're assisting, you can go ahead and roll yourself, Uncle Jimmy, if you want to.
Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
All right.
both hunt.
So 12.
And
Mine's
then
an
both of you
18.
give me a D3 roll, please.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
C'est la
Both
vie.
Both of you find a pack of small little rabbit-like creatures that bear a horn at the tip of their heads made of bone. And you successfully hunt down Lakin. You're able to take down 3. Uncle Jimmy, you take down 1. And give me a... Let me see here really quickly. Please give me, because these are tiny creatures, a sleight of hand With advantage.
Oh, okay.
Actually, hang on, just a second. Yeah, just a straight sleight of hand roll, please, to see how much meat you gather.
Nice.
That's
Oh,
These are some big old rolls, y'all.
Quality over quantity.
yeah.
you guys are good with blades.
Lincoln is trained in sleight of hand for literally this exact reason.
That's good.
Skinning and
This
boning
exact
things.
reason.
Yeah, skinning
Yeah.
and boning things.
Fair enough.
3 pounds from each, you have gathered 12 pounds of
Nice.
meat altogether.
And I'm guessing enough to make 5 crossbow bolts.
Yeah, plenty bones.
I make 5 crossbow bolts for Jimmy and let them deal with the meat.
I'm gonna give him the meat obviously to the group, but any of the bones just give to him just for surplus.
Yeah, for flavor. I stash them.
Same as before. A little blood, wipe it down the chain, and then say a few words and walk off.
How much meat?
12
right?
pounds. Yep.
Oh
Dude, we're doing pretty good on the
God.
resource gathering.
Look at us.
Look at us.
How do y'all set up for the night?
Same old,
Lincoln
same
and
old.
I will be rooming together
Okay.
again.
So tents out.
You
Okay.
shit. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Whipping your tents out and keeping light on somehow.
Any trees like last time, or are we open a field? Maybe a rock to post up on?
Plenty of trees and rocks around.
I'll try and find, since we had maybe a little more time to scout out, I'm gonna try and find a good one like last night.
Yeah, that's fine. You find one without needing to make a check. They're abundant here in the kind of open plains and forested grasslands of these areas.
I mean, unless I say differently, every night Opie's gonna set up a tent
Mhm.
and he's gonna make a fire, at least for the time that he's awake. I guess
Okay.
he can't,
Yeah.
take care of it when he's asleep. But
Here, Opie, I have a night light for your tent. One of the rods that we're using for lanterns. They last for 2 days apparently, so here you go.
Dang, dude.
It'll
Wow,
save you
thank
from the
you.
darkness.
sometimes I do get scared of the dark, so thank you.
Yes, Lincoln wanted one as well, so I'm going to keep the other.
Quick table.
I already
for
love this running gag.
Sleeping is 8 or 6 for us.
8.
8. Unlike last night, I think I'm just gonna sleep 8 and then get up and be up for the last bit if need be to scout.
Okay.
Or excuse me, to keep watch.
And same deal for me. I go about 60 feet forward in the trail, but the creepy Blair Witch effigy in the middle of the trail, say if
Sure.
anything brushes up against you, scream.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, with the lights out, let's say to get through the evening, it would take collectively 4 pounds of wood to keep the thing lit the entire night, or during blight time. So you could just go ahead and mark that off.
We have so much wood.
For the
Perfect.
time being, I think it's just Lincoln who's awake right now, right?
I think so.
Okay, so time continues to press on by 1, 2, 3 more hours. It is here that another event occurs.
Good old Lincoln getting the extra mileage.
Yes, thank goodness for someone watching out here with Lincoln.
Did I mention that Lincoln is not very perceptive? He doesn't have eyeballs or ears.
Ruh-roh.
He just like feels energy in the air.
Yeah, or olfactory senses for that matter.
Oh no.
I think my passive perception is 12.
It's not too bad.
Lincoln,
Plus 2.
you did notice as you sort of, in your inactive state, just sort of looking around, despite the darkness surrounding you, you did eventually at least notice, perhaps on the way of putting out your effigy, that there was a plant site nearby on the way back that you were able to spy that had some herbs in it that could replenish up to 1d4 healers kits if you wanted to collect those.
Oh, sure. I mean, Lincoln's just going to collect them because he thinks they look pretty. Does anybody have a healer's kit?
I do. I bought one at the helper's hand before we left.
I will gift it to Forte.
Creatures are supposed to give each other flowers by way of apology. I am sorry. I almost ended your life.
It's, apology accepted. You are a skillful shot. I appreciate you not killing me because you probably could have.
Yes.
I give him the herbal shit.
Yeah.
That herbal shit.
I can give him.
Yeah.
So that was the event. Was I found
Mhm.
berries?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
It's early morning when the old man wakes up.
The rest
Oh yeah.
the rest of your 24-hour trek before you can move again passes. All of you wake still in blight time here, though refreshed. Everyone please give me a constitution saving throw besides Lincoln.
Yeah.
On saving.
Say-
Oh,
Plus
that's a
1 for
big
13.
oof. I'm gonna +1 for 5.
Okay.
I'm a +1 for 14.
Good idea. Good idea.
It's a rugged environment out here, but everyone gets enough sleep. You all wake up refreshed.
Nice. Even Opie?
Even Opie.
Oh.
Wow. It's a little
Okay.
bit. but
This
I'm okay
time.
with- That's true.
Yeah, it's probably something that the DC gets higher, the more bad things happen.
hmm That, and I'm sure that, what is it, the harmonic flux probably makes it worse. Because that gets
Well,
lower.
let's go to the Crossroads. Or are we at time? I don't know.
We can go to the Crossroads if you'd like to.
Go to the Crossroads.
Let's do one more.
All right.
Cool.
You shift
We'll
over
go
to
to
the
that.
Crossroads as one more 2-hour period passes, making it 12. The blight recedes and the light time begins. You can always keep track of what time it is if you forget whether it's day or night. I put like a yellow for day around the little clock or watch and a purple for when it is blight time.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. You all push forward, trekking ahead a little bit more. And I need to make an encounter roll here.
So curious what this is.
What's that?
Right, the hex next to us, it looks like it's a statue.
That's what it looks like on your map.
Yeah, I know, I'm so curious.
Tell the group.
This is me telling the
What happened? I was giving a potion to Forte.
Horse.
Tyne is interested in the statue on the hex next to us.
Nothing of
Oh,
note
wow.
happens this time.
Well, it won't take us so much longer to go back.
Maybe
I
we
say
hit
we-
it on the. Sorry, go ahead.
I vote we go back for the horse. We go backwards for the horse. We
For
can
the
do
horse?
this diplomatically. Is anyone
For the statue.
Of
favoring we
course.
press on?
What? The statue?
The statue, yeah. Sorry.
No.
I thought that was what it was. Oh,
Might be it was.
We can hit it on the way back, don't you think?
Lincoln agrees with that and nods silently.
That's
very well.
Let's circle it so we remember it.
Just stone garden that.
Yeah, let's go.
Pressing along the path more.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do one more.
Second round, an additional 2 hours pass. Okay, I need to make a roll here.
I mean, you don't have to.
I have to make quite a few rolls, actually. But let's just say a roll or two.
Why did I think that was a horse? Who said horse? I didn't just bring that out.
I mean, it does
I
look
said
like a horse now that you
Oh,
say
okay.
that.
It's a horse. It's a rider on a horse from
Yeah.
above.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see.
Oh, wonder what that means. Oh, wonder what that means.
It's all fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Is it though?
Sorry, I'm not
You all
Tell us about that.
purposefully leaving you in suspense here.
You
Uh-huh.
all die.
Just checking some stuff.
Need all of you to submit your new character sheets and inspiration art by next week.
Okay, still on the path here, I see. So let me do this. Let's go over here. Let's get rid of this stuff. Hang on just a second. I'm getting something prepared for you all.
If your butts you do, oh dear.
And then let's go back over. This is hard doing this on the fly, y'all.
Dude, you're live programming an MMO.
I have to, yeah.
It's very
It's-
difficult.
Building anticipation.
We can also come up with stuff that we can do while you're
I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah.
loading.
It's like that loading screen. This Sims. It's like, you know, filling.
Tips coming by.
Yeah.
Our characters
So-
are. Go ahead.
So,
Oh, God.
Opie, tell us about your clan.
Oh wow. So I live with a bunch of grungs. I don't know if I told you that, but my moms are grungs.
Oh, yes. Frog people, he says to everybody else.
Frog people.
Oh,
We live in a village, really not too far away from here. And that's about it. It's a pretty simple life. We hunt, we farm, we take people captive and use them as slaves.
Again, casually
Fucking grunge.
drops that in there.
As Opie says this, jumping out of the brush nearby are a number of creatures that come towards you, entering into an encounter.
Oh no, it's the grung! They're coming to take a slave!
You may
Ew.
place your tokens
The hell?
anywhere adjacent or one of you sitting on the seat of the wagon itself.
Oh, is
You
that like
s-
a wolf with like a bug face?
You see ahead of you what looks like a mixture of
Oh,
grasshopper or locust and some form of wolf or hound. You also see floating through the air a very strange, nasty looking creature covered in almost like these orangish red scales with an expanding and inflating, deflating, strange red organ and a large proboscis on the front of its body.
Oh my goodness.
Don't like that.
That is where we will have our encounter kick off and where we will wrap up tonight's session with another encounter.
No, Opie, no.
Okie doke.
I'm not Buzzswole, dude.
Thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. Sorry for the technical difficulties up front. I've got a pretty decent computer, so I don't know if that was like an internet problem don't know what was going on, but happy to have those of you who stuck around. And a huge thank you not only to Catchy Cantrips for that initial raid up at the front, which sorry for dropping the ball on that one, bud. Technical difficulties. But also Hazards and Hijinks for the raid. That was very nice of you. Happy to have you here. We play Oregon Trail style D&D that we just kicked off. This was our second session tonight. If you missed it, you're more than welcome to check out the VOD here on Twitch or over on YouTube. Check out our links over there if you'd like to. And go support the channel. I also run D&D for people over on Start Playing. If you want me to be your professional dungeon master, I'm happy to do so. Go check that out as well. Thank you, Lunar, for joining us. A huge thank you to Steven for following the channel. If you like the content and you want to support it, let's push towards that lofty 750 follower mark. Hit that follow button so you can be notified on when we go live. I do a lot of streams outside of just our D&D Friday nights, a lot of D&D prep and stuff like that. We're going to have a brand new schedule with some things switched up next week, so I'm super excited to unveil that. And JammerCon's coming up. Make sure and check out the info for that if you'd like to by punching in this here right here. It's got the Discord. You can check out info. Anyways, we're headed out for the evening. We're past time. Thank you all so much for joining us. I really do appreciate it. Before I let you all go, for those who maybe in a time zone where it's not like 3 a.m. or beyond, I'm going to shift you over to someone else since we have some people who love to watch D&D and I want to continue the trend going. Want to support some other people out there. So let me punch in some Dungeons and Dragons over here into the Twitch so that we can go find us. Either someone that I know that I enjoy watching, or maybe someone new that we haven't come across just yet that would be fun to give a little raid to.
Legendary Action Official is live. Vorpal Tales is live.
Vorpal Tales. Do I know them? Vorpal Tales. They sound familiar. How many people are on Vorpal Tales?
14, it looks like.
Okay.
Or there's 7 on Legendary Action.
Vorpal Tales. I feel like I know them. Can you punch the name in the chat? We'll go raid Vorpal Tales. I don't see them on my recommended.
It's a good name. It's a good
yeah,
name.
yeah, I like that name. I think I visited them and watched some of their stuff before and liked it. But yeah, thank you everyone for stopping in. I really do appreciate it.
That's right.
Vorpal Tales. There we go. Let's see if it works.
Tales, like a story.
Vorpal. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna send you over to Vorpal Tales. Make sure and give them some love. Share your passion of watching D&D with them. I really appreciate everyone watching with us. It's so nice of you. So we want to give some love back to some other D&D streams on here, and maybe sometimes they'll give us some love back. So yeah, thank you all for joining us. Sorry for the technical difficulties up at the front. We're going to be back next week for some more. Same time, same place, 9 p.m. Eastern time, Friday evening for some more. We'll see how the party survives this upcoming weird encounter. I'm super excited to throw all of these weird zany creatures I have at the party that are, most of them not from any of the official contents. That'll throw some of you longtime D&D nerds for a loop, hopefully, and kind of be fun. But yeah, make sure and drink plenty of water, stretch your legs. I'm headed out for the evening. Goodbye, everybody!
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
What do you guys think happened? One of the players Robbie played with got carried away and killed him.
Well, that's kind of far out.
Mazes and Monsters is a far out game. Swords, poison, spells, battles, maiming, killing.
Hey, it's all imagination.
Is it?